Tes. Aduh. Malas sumpah, aku pengen ngomong ulang lagi loh. Ini OBS ini ya, suka banget ya, ganti-ganti sendiri. Oke, halo kawan-kawan, jumpa lagi di sini dengan saya Mulot di YouTube. Ngulang lagi. Ya, pertama-tama like dulu kawan-kawannya, di subscribe juga, dibantu share-nya biar makin rame. Yang mau join membership bisa cek deskripsi, yang mau donate ada link Saweria juga di deskripsi, bisa dicek juga. Ini udah bener gak sih? Kalian dengar suara musik sama suara in-game gak sih? Oke. Aduh. Aku bakal ini absen dulu ya. Halo, ini nama Christian Romaru, William Lee, ada Ilham, Algis, Diki Wijaya, Sad Boy Story, Kiptia, waalaikumsalam. Siapa lagi? Ada kamu, ada dia, ada Kiptia, ada Christian Romaru, ada Muhammad Rafif Etna, Gandhi ZC, Raffi Channel. Halo Roach. Halo, aduh. Halo kamu, halo aku, halo Electro BS, halo Azamu Flash. Halo Anandi Mahotama. Cuma 3.000, buset. Kalian dapat notifikasi nggak kawan-kawan? Ada notifikasi nggak? Ayo bang, baru mulai bang. Iya baru mulai, saya full Huda. Nggak ada notifikasi ya? Buset, mau end stream. Siapa yang end stream lo? Baru aja mulai. Halo editor noob. Aduh, lepas lagi bolanya. Tugasnya nge-heal ya. Ih, nomor dikit 10.000. Sekarang ngabisin token aja, terus kita pindah, tunggu rame, nunggu 30 lah penonton, kita mabar di akun kedua dan akun ketiga ya. Halo Rizwan, halo Dwi Rahmat Fauzi, halo Andre 21, nggak ada bang, nggak ada notif bang. Nah ini aja gitu deh. Susah kalau channel YouTube kayak aku ya, kalau nggak ada notifikasi, aduh, cuma susah banget pasti. Iya, mana tahu beda kalau kayak Winda Basudara, kayak Christian Yandi, enak sih mereka. Apa maksudnya tuh? Enggak ada maksud. Mereka walaupun nggak ada notifikasi mah enak-enak aja, tetap banyak penonton. Kalau kayak kita mah nggak ada notifikasi, nggak ada yang masuk. Bang, sama bel pantai keren kan bang? Jangan tema pantai semua. Udah cukup ada Jesse sama Pem aja udah tema pantai. Ini aja brawlernya tema pantai nih, ini dinosaurus. Masa Colt sama Bell kasih pantai lagi? Semua aja dikasih tema pantai. Lah, kok aku main di sini sih? Ngapain aku main di sini? Nggak ke stun, terlalu jauh. Halo Popo 1324. Halo bang, tadi nggak ada notif. Aduh. Ya belum mati, tinggal kalau aku mau main ini, mau main push trophy malah jadi kayak gini. Bang main permata, mau udah paling malas aku mainin tuh. Berapa hasil dari YouTube bang setiap live stream, berapa penghasilannya? $100.000 ya, dolar Zimbabwe. Itu mau dihancurin mapnya sama dia. El Primo, takut banget El Primo. Aduh. Halo Deci Sakti. Aduh, repot-repot ngambil bola buat apaan? Tuh ada super tuh. Apa itu? Teknik apa tuh? Aku baru lihat teknik apa tuh El Primo. Aduh, El Primo. Halo Muhammad Azam Nur Fadil, halo ada Ilham, ada Kurniawan. Pantasnya Rich penghasilan setiap $100. $100 Zimbabwe ya. Bang Broster petuin nggak? Pengen coba main? Nggak juga sih. Cuma ya hampir mirip sama Clash Royale yang enggak sih, enggak mirip sama Clash Royale ya. Clash Royale setiap ada yang baru pasti ada eventnya untuk dapetin kartu itu ya. Kalau ini hanya gacha semua sih. Kalau mau dapat brawler baru, kebanyakan brawler barunya itu di gacha ya. Kebanyakan ya, nggak semua brawler dapat dari gacha, tapi banyaknya di gacha. Pantas ternyata halo Fadla. Licik asli mana bang orangnya? Kalimantan. Kedua W artinya apa bang? Pay to win. Oke, sekali lagi deh. Habisin tokennya, masih harus sisa 10 nih. Halo Hans F2P. Aduh, aduh. Ya, hancurin aja mapnya. Malah ngurus posa di belakang. Ya, gawangnya nggak hancur dong. Ah, nggak lewat coy. Mukul apa sih? Nice. Gerak, woy. Jangan ditembak, aku nyari super. Duh, tembak sama dia. Gak mau dia oper sama aku, emang setuin lu. Nice. Oke, kita ganti akun kawan-kawan. Halo sapi liar. Aku zona merah di daerah KJ. KJ itu apa sih KJ? Aku taunya BJ. Halo Solesya Abu Bakar. Tuh, gak mungkin lagi tuh, masa gak pengenalan. Pengenalan apa kalian nih? Aku bisa menang Master League bang, makasih bang, keren Luis Ronaldo L. Kok makasih sama aku? Itu kasa bang, bukan. Masuk aja kawan-kawan langsung. Halo ini orang. Mau ngasih nanti produk baru Groove Epic, Groove Epic ya. Halo Agustian, selamat siang. Aku nonton Jin join bang. Oke, Christian Domaru. Yuk, satu orang lagi yuk. Bang Giviro gigimu. Bang, kapan main sosis lagi ya? Sore ini kayaknya ya. Bang, tolong maafin aku. Oke, Christian Domaru aman. Bang, di akun ketiga open mabar. Baik, semua termasuk itu browser yang terasik dan terkocak. Hai. Minerva dari mana bang? Dari Jakarta. Kompetisi Griff kapan bang? Kurang tahu ya. Minggu depan atau 2 minggu depan. Kayaknya minggu depan deh. Kok ada Shelly lagi? Ya? Salah. Bang, nggak turnamen apaan? Bicara dulu Shelly-nya tuh, mati aku kalau nabrak Shelly nih. Wah, tetap mati biji. Nggak tipes bang, live terus. Enggak lah. Aduh. Kenapa ngejar aku loh, itu loh. Yang pegang jam bukan aku loh. Aduh, gimana sih Edgar ini? Kok lompat ke aku itu loh. Griff nanti gratis ya, tentang atau iya ada eventnya. Jadi kayak event yang hari ini atau yang kemarin dimulai, yang apa namanya, dapat hadiah mega box. Tapi kalau kaget aku loh. Lihat Daryl soalnya. Tahu Brawl Stars nggak bang? Tahu. Udah dulu bang, mau laporan grup. Apa itu? Oh udah dulu bang, sekian laporan grup. Grief, bukan groove. Main sukses bang, iya nanti main sukses lagi ya. Setelah ini kayaknya. Sore ini ya. Kayaknya aku open mabar deh ya. Lalu mampu bang, dulu abis stres ketemu random pas sedang buat video motis tricks. Semangat Darkest Gaming ya. Gue sih mampir ke BSC. Oke, Brian Wijaya ya, ada ini ya, Brawl Championship East Asia ya. Cuma kok nggak ada Jupiter ya? Nggak ada Jupiter ya? Kehalang analog ini loh. Sedikit lagi 5.000 subscriber. Iya Hersen, mohon bantuannya kawan-kawan ya. Kita tembuskan sampai 100.000 ya. Ganti nama ke Zeta. Oh, Jupiter ganti nama Zeta. Sayang banget kalau ganti nama. Buset, dipakai ini aku gadget dong. Oke, Brian Wijaya ya. Aku mau nonton itu juga sebenarnya. Cuma karena aku ingat kalau hari ini adalah hari Sabtu, malam aku nggak bakal bisa live. Maksudnya malam habis Isya aku nggak bakal, habis maghrib atau habis Isya nggak bakal bisa live. Makanya aku harus gas ya. Sebenarnya aku pengen nonton itu aja sih sebenarnya. Ini udah 3 kali deh. Iya terus. Udah. Thank you MVRKKA ya sama Kirek 947. Thanks. Ya. Masuk. Aku udah bisa ganti akun Leo Super terus aku hapus baru download lagi masih bisa ganti akun. Nggak tahu, aku nggak pernah lakuin itu soalnya tapi lihat. Nggak tahu, aku nggak bisa jawab. La. Mami baca Quran lah bang. Silakan. Kalau mau baca Quran ya silakan. Kalau aku nggak perlu malam minggu ya aku baca Quran sih. Apalagi kan ada di HP. Satu orang lagi, ayo masuk. Yo kawan-kawan yang baru mampir langsung di like live stream ini dan jangan lupa juga untuk subscribe YouTube channel ini tentunya. Dibantu juga share-nya biar channel ini makin rame. Dan bagi kawan-kawan yang mau join membership bisa cek deskripsi, ada link untuk join membership di deskripsi. Dan juga yang mau donate ada link Saweria di deskripsi. Thank you so much. Bang, BSC live sekarang. Iya, Brawl Championship lagi main nih. Nanti kita nobarkan aja pas udah semifinal mungkin ya. Satu orang lagi. Thumbnail dapat dari mana, Bang? Thumbnail lagi. Mana satu orang lagi masuk, Uang gue baru 5.000 tabungin duit untuk membership. Semangat sapi liar. Jadi membership itu 10.000 ya, tapi ada pajaknya jadi 11.000 ya. Kalau mau pakai pulsa 11.000. Halo Razer. Orang nggak masuk ini udah masuk. Buat vitamin menyerang ini serem banget. Main yang lain yuk. Main ini deh, main bola. Jam grab sih gue kurang suka. Ini udah bola. Bang gue udahan bang, mau nonton Minecraft. Oke, Darkest Gaming, thank you. Udah mampir. Bersin. Alhamdulillah. Duh. Bersin aku, sorry. Aduh, sorry guys. Aduh. Nice. Ya Ramukallah. Aku pikir aku pegang bola, makanya aku nggak lepas supernya. Ah, ngeblank jancok. Sabar. Bakar lagi. Halo Ira Sulistiowati. Bang, final Euro jagoin siapa? Gak tahu nih akan menjadi apa namanya, Euro yang kurang seru ya. Karena finalnya tipikal mainnya sama-sama bertahan. Kayaknya adu penalti deh. Aku prediksi final ini adu penalti deh. Aduh, bobol. Susah, nggak bisa maju aku. Dulu. Bolanya. Bang, kata Clue Frost dia pen buy one bang. Kurang ajar lu warp nih. Aduh. Terus buat konten YouTube karena semua orang akan ada perubahan dan nanti sukses, jadi buat terus konten biasa, semangat, salam sapi ya, lepas dari kandang. Thank you sapi ya, salam sapi. Maksimal semua lawannya nih. Aduh. Razornya 600. Ya kurang dikit, kurang sekali bacok doang. Mau yang drop bang, nggak ada Rehan Maulana. Halo Rifki Nugraha. Wow. Aduh. Tara versus Egbi menang siapa? Menang Tara. Enggak mau udah habis peluru. Nice. Oh, ini tebal-tebal ya? Takut sama bull. Aduh. Oke, thank you. One hit dan Razor. Bro, heist ada nggak? Kenapa nggak pernah ada heist kalau aku pengen main heist ini ya? Rotasinya sekarang ini aneh banget, sumpah. Bayang nggak bang, jika reload speednya Mortis jadi normal bukan very slow. Wah, OP banget ya. Terlalu OP lah itu. Ya, buka lagi. Langsung masuk kawan-kawan. Halo Razor 3. Mau tuh bro caca. Tapi Mortis matanya 2. Halo Bagas.
This is so lame. Let's go.
Have much fear, Mortis is here. Give me a beat, give me a beat.
Halo Raihan BS, motor bacok-bacok. Na 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 na.
Let's play. Tough as nails, hard as a rock.
Have much fear, Mortis.
It's go time.
Aduh, dioper sama dia. Halo Lo salah game nih, game. Oh, maunya apa, cok?
Boombox screw.
Loh, aduh, yang menggoda mulu pemain sosis datang. Udah rank apa kamu, fans? Udah platinum juga?
Let's go get him.
It's go time.
Boom. Suruh maunya lu main FF kali, Bah.
Woo, let's go.
Dengan berat saya meninggalkan Brawl Stars semua khusus dalam streaming Brawl
Gotta
Stars.
get that loot.
Gigimu.
Oh, you're so lucky. Game on.
I've got a sharp fuse.
Woo, let's go. Ooh, you got destroyed.
Aduh, 2 kali 1755 ya, lupa aku damage-nya.
It's go time.
Nice.
It's time to level up.
Dum. Satu peluru mantap.
It's go time. Easy.
Thank you Razor 3 dan Monster. Udah 3 kali ya? Udah. Bang, berteman yuk, mau nggak bang? Berteman apa? Percaya nggak bang, Siro pensi IBS? Enggak, dia bakal install lagi nanti suatu saat nanti. Kemarin sosis aku lupa cara mekanik gameplaynya. Main di PC bang, enggak main di HP. Ini main di HP. Bang, kalau membership bisa friend request bisa ke akun kedua ya. Berteman ini friend link di akun kedua di membership ya. Bang, buy one browser bang, nggak perlu, kamu yang paling hebat 1 ABS. Main apa ya? Hotzone mungkin? Hotzone mungkin ya? La 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 la. Balik lagi, halo Brian Wijaya. Udah ini belum? Brian Wijaya ini wine kan? Aku lupa-lupa ya. Akhir-akhir ini aku suka banget lupa-lupa. Bueno bang, sumpah demi kresek. Serah kau, mau noob kau di situ, bukan urusanku lah. Kau mau jungkir balik di situ. Konten aku dapat megabox isi 6 dan isinya cuma gadget. Aku kira Brawl Legend. Oh, yang Christian belum.
Let's go get him.
The rocks speak to me.
Brian Wijaya bukan wine.
I've got a short fuse.
Wine Brian apa wine? Bang abang adik kakak sama Stone. Gigi mau dikakak. Dingin banget hari ini.
We can do this.
Dynamite Rico
Let's uncover
Rico
the mystery
Primo ya.
of history.
Technology wins.
Kenapa slow ini? Oh Rosa. Tapi ngomong ke saya. Bentar. Aku lihat dulu MM-nya dulu. Oke. Dribble dia. Biji loh. Pakai cok. Mati aku.
Uncover the mystery of history.
Waalaikumsalam Zaki. Halo Alta Fayaz. Bang kok ayam bisa lihat ke depan padahal kan matanya di samping. Dia nggak bisa lihat ke depan kok.
Where will I put my friend?
Waalaikumsalam. Ganti lagi lah HP.
Speak to me.
Piper mungkin.
You're welcome. This ain't my first rodeo.
Tuh, berarti
Well, I get the plan. Bless your heart. Technology wins.
auto bodoh.
Technology wins. Bless your heart.
Oke, dikit lagi.
Give me some sugar.
Anjir, otak yang Bang Muller. Gak sih. Kok otak aku yang salah lagi nih. Oke, thank you buat Christian dan juga LBGT Joker ya. Thank you. No. Kita ganti ke akun ketiga.
Yeah.
Jam sosis apa rame juga di luar Indo, rame ya. Di ini rame di Jerman ini, Jerman bagian selatan ini, Jerman Selatan ya, Jerman Selatan. Ini akun ketiga nih. Enggak ya? Bisa aja lah. Guys, terima kasih sama-sama.
Another day, another life saved.
Bang, kalau mau harus liatin history YouTube lu, no hapus. History YouTube. Apa history YouTube? Maksudnya apa? Story pencarian.
Watch out, here I come.
Nah, Organ Selatan. Di sini ada cewek kayak itu, Zaki Zulfami itu cewek tuh. Aduh.
Too pretty for pain.
Tengah satu orang dong. Nggak mau aku tengah. Lima k enggak ini, enggak giveaway. 5k ini apa namanya? Gift ginjal. 5k botak aja aku paling ya. Mana dia nih? Raketo. Mana? Ada analog ini loh.
Brawn and beauty.
Nice headshot gigimu. Komentar karena buat itu. Pokoknya kalau giveaway sekarang nggak ada di live stream ya. Aduh, licin lagi. Botak kinclong, iya, botak kinclong. Sekarang masih gopal jadi cewek. Bisa. Dia bisa jadi cewek, bisa jadi cowok juga.
Watch out, here I come.
Apa ini? Jam berapa sih? Kok tiba-tiba ada penawaran aja? Nggak ada angin, tiba-tiba ada penawaran aja di Brawl Stars. Enggak lah, Tot. Bisa. Zaki bisa jadi cewek, bisa jadi cowok. Terserah Zaki. Kena tabok PB lagi. Itu loh. Lah. What?
Check out my headshot.
Sakit Coltonnya. Kalau kena semua tapi. Salam sapi, halo halo Christian. Bang Mul punya cewek apa enggak? Punya, cewek punya, cowok punya juga.
Too pretty for pain, time for trouble.
Temen cowok ya, kalau cewek pacar. Bang dapat duit turnamen apa? Emang kena mental nyata. Muncul giveaway serem-serem ya. Kita lawan apa aja kita tadi? Double tank ya? Oh, boleh. Ampun, ampun. Curing semua itu ya. Kok ditarik posanya? Udah dekat ditarik lagi. Nggak mati biji itu loh. Ya. Bang tahu ada membership yang sungguh kamu kaya bang, apakah bang mau beli membership itu? Enggak. Jangan, aku menyarankan dia juga untuk tidak membeli itu. Mending dia pakai donate daripada ngasih itu ya. Thank you. Mending pakai Saweria ya. Kalau dia misalnya mau ngasih duit 1,5 juta, mending Saweria, jangan lewat itu. Karena kalau lewat itu mah potongannya 30%. Kalau Saweria potongannya 5% ya. Bang, itu enaknya jadi apa kalau di Brawl Stars? Itu enaknya jadi seseorang yang mandiri, yang bisa menghidupi keluarga, istri-istrinya, suami-suaminya, dan anak-anaknya.
Wow, so much heat.
Bang, kalau nggak paling tinggi auto carry semua challenge atau championship gak? Kimihime bro. Kimihime. Ada Kimihime bro. Bang, kok thumbnailnya mirip Ghost Rider? Ya kan Poco kayak gitu emang bentuknya. Bang, hadir bosku. Halo Doni Aji. Semua lah aja. Nice sekali dari El Primo di sana. Kimihime di sana menggunakan El Primo yang tidak pakai baju. Aku lebih berharap bukan El Primo yang nggak pakai baju, tapi nggak usah lah. Sana kita lihat Ember kehabisan bensin. Hanya membership saja yang dihargai adalah balik ke kalian dulu mau makan. Kalau lagi main jangan berharap dibaca komen. Kalau ketutup udah susah aku baca gitu loh. Kalau boleh tonton channelku yang open box yang agak ampas sih. Bang nomor Kimihime yang vlog.
Time for trouble.
Aku main Colt ini masih belum lihat HP, aku masih lihat layar. Kalau main kayak gini agak susah nge-aim ya, makanya aku kalau live stream tuh lebih suka main brawler yang apa namanya, yang area ya. Aduh, biji dot.
Finally, my 15 minutes of flame.
Nice headshot.
Udah 3 kali belum? Belum 2 kali. Udah selesai tugas ini. Call. Siap gak? Ternyata Bang Mur lebih jago pakai Dina daripada Colt. Bang, BS kok stuck di 92. Coba ganti jaringan ya, ganti jaringan. Mungkin pakai WiFi atau pakai jaringan HP atau tethering, coba dulu ya.
Finally, my 15 minutes of flame.
Nggak kelihatan bro. Ya, temboknya dihancurin. Only Lion King, tapi dia pakai anjing, katanya lion. Lion apa itu? Kalau aku sih Garuda. Aduh. Saran deck buat arena legendary Bang Muller. Yang pasti Mega Knight, yang pasti ada Mega Knight. Ada Mega Knight, udah auto OP itu ya. Gak kena. Biji mau menjulang tinggi. Run. Hati dia teleport loh, mati loh. Ya kan? Susah banget pakai Rico ini. Halo. Kenapa aku nembak gak kena top? Itu ada L3 mau mengker. Udah 3 kali kan? Thank you Kimi Hime dan juga Christy. Thank you. Heyo Bang Bayon sama Equak, mana mau dia, mana berani dia ya. Mana berani dia dapat serangan dari ini netizen Indonesia. Mana mau dia lah, kalau aku YouTuber gede mungkin mau dia. Ya, masuk lagi ya. Tahu Mali Bros enggak Bang? Tahu. Kit Mali. Muller Junior dong. Halo Benson Damu. Bang Stone kemana aja ya? Nggak live lagi. Gak tahu, dia masih kurang fit. Mohon bersabar, tunggu dia fit ya. Halo Rudi Hartono, selamat siang. Bang, kapan main sosis? Kayaknya habis ini ya kita bakal mabar sosis deh, open mabar deh. Tapi aku sama Shiro ya. Jadi penontonnya 2 orang aja. Biar ada yang meng-carry juga. Ini lawan bot ya? Ini bot bukan sih? Bang tahu band Team One? Tahu. Aku tahu, banyak lah aku tahu soal ini. Ini bot ya? Oh nice loh kalau bot. Ih, dulu aku pernah lawan PSG ya. tahun lalu ya main di map ini. Serem banget, buset serem banget mereka mainnya. Waktu itu kayaknya udah ada sih gadget ya. Udah ada apa belum? Oh iya belum ada. Gadget belum ada. Jadi mereka main ketemu di ini ya, ketemu di bukan Money Final, qualifier Asia waktu itu. Nah, dia pakai triple sharpshooter di sini, pakai B, Viper, sama Brock. Ya, Inamon AFK. Itu mapnya bener-bener dihancurin semuanya. Padahal dulu yang OP di sini tuh Tara, Sandy, gitu-gitu. Ih, sumpah aku nggak bisa maju sama sekali waktu itu ketemu PSG di sini tahun lalu. AFK dia beneran. 1, 2. Bang, coba ngomong arah-arah biar hoki. Ngomong arah-arah itu ada yang join membership nanti ada arah-arah secara otomatis ya. Aku duo aja sama dia ini ya. Minum tahu bang, tahu. Jago juga ternyata Kimi Hime main BS. Wih, jago dia main. Ih, ngeri. Ih. Bang lu pro banget, enggak lah. Udah enggak ya. Aku merasa sendiri aku lebih jago main Brawl Stars pada tahun lalu terutama ya. Tahun lalu itu itu bagus-bagusnya. Sekarang aku udah biasa banget mainnya. Hai Eng. Soalnya kan aku udah berhenti kompetitif kan, jadi udah nggak ada scrim, nggak ada latihan. OTW download GoPay bang, biar bisa sawer. By the way cara bayarnya gimana bang? Harus ada saldo GoPay-nya. Nggak cuma GoPay, OVO bisa, Dana bisa kok. GoPay, Dana, OVO bisa semua tuh. Bang open mabar lah. Aku open apa ini? Open BO, open mabar aku ini. Udah open mabar disuruh open mabar lagi. Gimana caranya coba? Delay. Enak banget lawan bot ini. Halo Nathan. Pakai ini nih cara donate atau sawer itu. Ya, pastikan saldo kamu ada. Terus kamu klik aja link di itu, link Saweria, udah. Ikuti aja petunjuknya. Selesai udah. Thank you Muller Junior. Aku nggak bang game Nuggetman. Oh ada nggak bang game Nuggetman? Nggak tahu. Bang lu main di PC? Enggak, main di HP. Lihatnya aja ke PC. Makanya M-ku tuh banyak missnya, jadi biasanya agak nggak sesuai keinginanku. Jadi main tutup mata bisa aku nih berarti ya. Main tutup mata ini harusnya bisa sih aku, karena aku udah tahu posisinya ya. Cuma sayangnya di Brawl Stars nggak ada suara ini, suara apa namanya? Suara lawan di sebelah mana ya. Lord Into the Dead 2. Iya, aku pengen main Into the Dead 2 sebenarnya. Bang, kata Toziri Bayon Piper. Toziri siapa? Ntar ya kawan-kawan, ini seru nih. Facecam dong bang. But I'm already get on your. Serem banget. Bang tahu mukanya Fat belum? Tahu lah. Reja Piper sama Bell jauhan mana ya? Sama kan? Into the Dead 2-nya kapan load? Aku pengen live Into the Dead 2 sebenarnya, tapi nggak tahu mau main apa lagi kalau Into the Dead 2 ya. Halo Wano 24. Pernah apa enggak? Ini apa ini? Nanti aku share ke teman-temanku bang. Makasih Benson Damu ya, makasih banyak. Masih astaga, masih ada nih. Buat kode tim lagi, yuk masuk lo. Habis ini live apa nih? Live sosis atau Into the Dead? Sosis aja ya, sosis aja. Open mabar sosis aja. BG maksudmu bego kan? Maaf, cuma contoh. BG itu ini namanya nomor polisi di ini Palembang ya. Halo Gali. Untuk main nggak ngomong ayo silakan masuk karena kok Darun sudah ada di layar kanan televisi Anda. Ini masih ini aku belum makan ya, masih kurang semangat. 200 ya. Halo Gali Gans, Bang abang umur 16 atau 17? 61 ya.
No rest for the wicked.
See you in the next live stream. Have a nice day dan bye bye kawan-kawan. Seriusan level 10 tadi squeaknya, buset. Halo Yuki Adriana, salam sapi, salam sapi. Udah makan bang belum?
Slow and steady wins the race.
Halo sapi liar. Bang Mabar ini lagi open Mabar juga ini kawan.
No rest for the wicked.
Nama naon siapa ya? Lempar ke aku dong. Dulu Rico di It's Champion ya bang, iya. Makasih bang, hari ini aku udah 1 minggu jadi sungguh kawan mulu, keren. Lanjutkan sampai berbulan-bulan ya. Biji dodge. Halo Bang Mul, assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam, Arek Susulo. 2-3 kali belum? Belum ya? Belum.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Bang, vote map hari apa? Emang masih ada yang mau di vote mapnya? Kayaknya orang udah pada malas buat map lagi. Ini udah di mana ini anu ya? Apa namanya? Turnamen ini udah sampai mana nih ya? Money finalnya udah sampai mana ya? Udah nggak ada support, tiba-tiba ada gadget lagi. Gokil lah ini dinosaurus. Mana dia? Mana dinosaurus sapil? Hi. Nice kali Indo. Nice. Aduh, nggak ada emote nice. Ya, salah langkah dia. Aduh. Bang, nggak push primo di solo, males lah. Mau bang, mau apa Raka Fahri? Udah bagus banget tadi padahal gelnya. Cuma tadi dia nggak lihat dinosaurusnya masuk ke dalam ini. Masuk ke dalam rumput ya. Apa anda? Oke deh, thank you Indonatan dan Uya BLP. Ini kok pada mati semua ini ya. Ini emot nice kayak gimana? Hah? Emot nice ini jempol. Thumbs up. Aku pengen lihat turnamen ya, Monthly Final ya. Ya semoga nggak lama selesai deh ini Monthly Final nih. La.
Not themselves today, or is it Tropa Suprema just absolutely kind of popping off and having their moment in the sun?
It's insane. Is
Little
really
column
all
A,
I
little
can say.
column B.
Yeah. This is like I feel like it, F dot right where he's like had his just words taken away, right? His breath taken away. Just can't really say anything, right? Literally every step of the way. This is
Bang bikin emot salam sapi auto membership.
See the first game?
Iya nanti aku mau buat ya.
Tropa Suprema against
Tambahin emot thumbs up bang, ibaratnya nama kamu di game sosis.
competition today, and we're celebrating
Muller, U-nya .2 tapi ya.
division, and now it looks like it's gonna be not just
Kita nobar aja ya.
in the match sense. If Tropa Suprema
Ini matiin dulu.
keep on bringing the heat. I mean, here's some highlights of our last few games. Mameshi, right, managed to restart that countdown. Ryoyu running it forward, and we just saw
Ini replay ya?
some crazy resets like Tempo going down.
Yeah.
This
Oh iya,
is
ini
starting
replay
to turn
kayaknya.
things around. This was
Look at that.
ridiculous.
Ya bang bikin emot salam sapi auto membership. Oke, nanti aku buat ya.
I've never seen 13 gems just spew out of a player like that before. I mean, it's like it's funny like watching the game just try to render all of these gems actually takes multiple seconds. You could see.
Ini Monthly Final ini ya, Monthly Final.
Gotta give credit to Aaron here. Look at this. Juke's back. Confirms the
Monthly
kill on
Final
the
is
match.
Asia ya.
Jukes one more
Jadi ada
shot
Jepang,
there.
Korea,
And
Selatan,
was
Korea
very
Selatan maksudnya.
apprehensive to push forward as he was carrying the line.
Ini salah satu region yang seram ya. Region seram itu yang paling seram sih
Not to be glossed.
regionnya kita Asia Tenggara, SESA ya, South Asia, and New Zealand, Australia, sama region yang ini East Asia ini loh. Mabar aja bang, lebih seru. Jangan, kalian tuh harus nonton yang kayak gini biar kalian ngerti komposisi ini, komposisi brawler di map-map. Jangan asal main gitu loh. Ini penting juga. Aku penting juga nonton kayak gini biar aku bisa memberikan kalian ini edukasi ini apa dalam game Brawl Stars ya. Brawler yang tepat, strategi yang tepat, nggak asal main. Halo DNSP Indonesia. Bang udah nganggap abang itu pro player. Aku mantan pro player. Pada saat di alter ego ya aku dinamakan pro player ya, karena aku ada di dalam dalam e-sport ya. Kalau sekarang udah nggak pro lagi aku. Kontra player aku sekarang ya.
Come on, folks, where's the belief? I want to see some more Tropa fans in the chat. Only 1% of you have been slayed after that absolute barn burner of the last gem grab set. I mean, come on, y'all.
It's like the stages of grief, right? And it starts with denial, right? And only 1% has made it through all the different stages and have absolutely
Siap bang, aku nonton.
over the side of Tropa Suprema, right? And I mean, if we look at the stats, we can still see that the KDR.
Ini Zeta ini Jupiter ya.
On the side of Tropa
Yeah.
Suprema, they're really good at just
Nih,
winning
nih.
the objective.
Ya,
right?
ini.
But in terms of like
Ini
control,
Jupiter
it's
yang dari Jepang.
not necessarily be
Sosis
going
kapan bang? Habis ini paling ya.
even though they were like actually playing a lot more for
Makan
control
dulu
and
nih.
gem grab than previously, but this time it's all about the momentum that you're able to get, and it looks like actually a mirror match as well. Zeta Division, they're bringing
Baca skip aja, nggak bisa di skip, ini langsung loh ini.
and the Bell and the Colt. Yeah, the Colt breaking open the walls as well as Brian. Two wall breakings and the Bell. Let's see what the damage amplifier does here as well.
Pakai Colt di Monthly Final kayak gini, buset, aku nggak bakal kena sih kalau aku nembak ya. Oke, damage masuk 2.
In Heist, Zeta Division has not lost a
Ih, kalah Jupiter ya sama Tropa Suprema.
in all of the 2021 monthly finals. So if statistics are telling us anything, So we could be very possibly seeing a
Sama-sama
game
88%.
set 5 here from these two, and that to me is a good thing. That is the way I think this set deserves to end.
Nggak ikut bang, enggak, aku udah nggak ikut lagi yang kayak gini udah.
What a story being told here
Stop,
so far
udah.
by Tropa Suprema. Can they keep it
Sana
up?
buruknya lolos, Aaron sana terjebak oleh gadget dari Bele-Bele. Super masuk ke sana, 60%. Dimas Gaming Channel udah subscribe, thank you Dimas Gaming Channel udah subscribe ya.
A 30% lead now for Xanathar.
Notifikasi kadang muncul, kadang enggak.
Though a few pot shots making their way onto his Zeta divisions at safe. Here comes Saitampo Mameshi trying to hold down the control here.
Aku cuma ngerti bahasa Jerman bang, sama-sama ya.
Mole gets one shot with a rocket fuel on a Saitampo.
Gue dukung Zeta, sebelum nonton like dulu. Iya kawan-kawan, dibantu like, subscribe, dan share-nya ya.
Trying to occupy that spot.
Yang mau join membership, cek deskripsi, ada link untuk join membership. Deskripsi kawan-kawan. Join membership bisa pakai pulsa, bisa pakai GoPay, bisa pakai debit card. Colt-nya kalah. Sama sih Colt dari tim Tropa Suprema kalah juga. Tapi Colt dari tim ini juga kalah juga dari klub Zeta ya. Sini Zeta sudah tertinggal ya 33%, 52%. Palu aman-aman bang. 200 lagi 5.000 subs. Iya semangat kawan. Dibantu ya. Mohon bantuannya. Kita lihat apa yang terjadi di sana kawan-kawan. Brock akan lepas. 27%. Tapi di sana sekarang Zeta yang menyerang. Apakah bisa memberikan damage? 33%. Super akan dikeluarkan. Tidak sempat. Zeta tumbang. Bang. Bang kok jagoannya sama-sama mal. Itu makanya metanya. Bang aku lihat namanya Muller di Malaysia ngomong Inggris Bang Muller. Iya Rick Susilo. Oh yang pas aku di interview itu ya. Iyalah harus pakai bahasa Inggris lah. Bang nonton di mana? Di YouTube. Iya di YouTube. Au. Mana cacaku ya? Aku ada caca nih. Caca.
Let's look at the stats from Mole here, right? Playing on the right lane the entire time through 2.7 damage. It's all about the bronze.
ID sosis itu 2 PB 221. 2 PB 221 ID sosis aku ya. Channelnya apa? Brawl Stars Esport nama channelnya. TikTok apa TikTok? Nggak suka aku TikTok.
Do not want to miss it. Stay glued to your monitor here. Get your drinks, get your snacks, snuggle up because we have an absolute heater of a match here between these two teams. This is the first seed and the third seed here. This is getting down to the wire, folks. A single game separates Tropa Suprema from what?
Kasih bang sama-sama Benson.
The largest, if not the largest, upset of the entirety of the Brawl Stars.
Bang minta tutorial main game sosis man. Aku belum hebat. Belum hebat aku ya.
He's not going down yet. Actually,
Okay,
he's going to take
trades.
it down a couple brawlers with him, and it's going to come down to Ryohi to get this control at mid. As he's pitched so hard, he's definitely going down. Mameshi, Saitampo, and Tensai already making their way up. Mameshi is definitely the most important brawler to get his way over to the save and get some shots on.
This is bad.
Yeah, 18% already on Trophy Suprema safe.
That is some damage coming out for Tropa Suprema. I don't want to be bias ready, but I am starting to root for Tropa Suprema a little bit here. This is getting exciting, folks. Only 18% of you hashtag believing in the chat right now. Nice jukes here from Mole. Shots are landing. It's good. Help from the right lane. Aaron hits one. Looking for the shots on the tent side as well. Won't find it, but Mole will. Ryohei moving in full health, full ammo, ready to do some damage here, but not getting overzealous. Slow and steady. Tropa Suprema have been electric in today's monthly finals. Can they close it out? 1 minute on the clock. and they are priming themselves for a win here. In the lead, no longer are Zeta Division as they fall 2% behind Tropa Suprema.
Oh my gosh, Aaron, is he gonna be able to hold this versus Tensai? Tensai's jukes are just too strong to contend with. Mole's not gonna be able to pick up the kill this time. It's just Ryohi versus the entire team. And this is guaranteed damage for Zeta Division. Less than a minute on the clock. Tensai now making his way around behind.
This is
a
big.
strong position. Aaron's not gonna really be able to do much against this. And Mesh inside Tampa are hiding around this obstacle. Tropa Suprema looks like they might go down here. Aaron trying to make his way over to the safe. The damage amplifier does make contact, and he's not good. It might honestly be more ideal just to like go down here. Still gonna go for the kill on Tensai, right? Wants to pick that up. Gets kill on Tensai. Side Tampa though, defending against Ryohi. And once again, we do see Mole make his way up.
Bang, aku tadi main Sosus dapat bola api tapi nggak tahu fungsi dari bola api itu apa. Fireball, lempar kayak granat aja dia tuh.
10% on the clock, 10 seconds on the clock. Make that 3%. A single shot from anyone could do it at this juncture. Zeta Division will hold on, forcing a game 3 in this.
Halo Fasya Gaming, Tom Rose dari Inggris ya bang, kurang tahu ya.
How
Bagi-bagi lah bang, udah habis.
is this team?
Empat mau orang Indonesia tapi nggak mau cintai produkku jadinya.
They're the
Semua bahasa
kings of
Inggris.
this region. This is not supposed
Ya
to
kan
be
target pasar gitu loh. Misalnya gini nih.
time to lose 3 in a row.
Kalau kamu bisa membuat sebuah video yang diproduksi yang di apa namanya? Yang dikonsumsi bukan hanya di Indonesia aja, tapi orang luar juga bisa konsumsi. Ya kenapa enggak gitu loh? Lagi pula kan dia exe gitu. Enggak ada ngobrol bahasa Inggrisnya. Cuma judulnya aja yang bahasa Inggris. Biar orang Indonesia dan orang luar Indonesia bisa ngerti gitu loh. Karena bahasa Inggris adalah bahasa internasional ya. Karena itu bahasa internasional, harusnya semua orang harus bisa bahasa Inggris. Itu yang paling bagus sih.
This is getting real, but this is the win. I think 33%. At least give me 50-50 at this point, folks. Tropa Suprema, they're putting on a show for y'all, but unwavering Zeta Division fans.
Saatnya teleport ke akun kedua tapi gak jadi gara-gara malas ada iklan di sini. YouTube Premium gak ada iklan. Keren. Bang bikin tutorial komennya biar dibaca sama streamernya dong. Mana tahu lah. Join membershipnya itu aja. Komen kamu mau dibaca, join membershipnya. Lihat nama kamu warna hijau terus dibaca gitu loh. Halo Streza. Bang Crow kok larinya cepet banget. Ya kalau lambat banget nggak ada yang bakal pakai Crow itu. Udah tipis kayak gitu. Bang aku udah follow kamu, nanti follow back. Oke Benson Damu. Beli jajan di mana bang? Gak ada. Lihat juga akhirnya pindah ke sini. Oke Brian Wijaya. Bang kapan membership gue habis? Nggak tahu Rehans. Pak kenapa tadi makan caca? Kalau bahasa Sasak harus bisa. Apa bahasa Sasak lagi? Bisa emot ini enggak? Emot apa lagi tuh? Broknya lepas. Damage-nya tinggi banget brok itu ya. Sayang nggak kena satu peluru. Kita lihat Tropa Suprema atau Zeta Division yang akan menang ini.
They got the bear traps in mid. Every time we've seen Colt make it to that back corner, I mean, it has spelt serious damage to the safe side. Tampo's gonna eat one of these bear traps, but it will cost him his life.
Komen mau dibaca join membership aja. Ini kayak kalah si Jupiter nih. Luar biasa nih Tropa Suprema ini ya. Mabar sosis bang, open mabar sama subs lagi habis ini ya. Habis ini turnamen ini kayaknya udah semifinal deh. Bang emot salam sapi liar kapan dibuat di membership? Aku masih bingung. Sapi ini bagaimana bentuknya di membership ini? Halo biji Dodge. Ini final ya? Ini final Brian Wijaya.
Nice
Oh,
block there on the Rockets.
Enggak ini,
It's
enggak
about a
begitu,
30%
enggak lihat tadi
lead.
awal-awal.
Separates these two as we
Aku
head
belum
into
lihat bagannya malah.
20 seconds. Can the
Lihat di
Dream,
Discord aja.
Tropa
Karena
Suprema,
aku ada di
can
grupnya
they
Brawl Stars eSport.
unseat Zeta Division here in the semifinals?
Well, Tensai's gonna look for the super, no doubt. Aaron does get the kill, but Meshi gets taken down.
That's
it's
it.
all up to Tensai, but there's no way. There's no
Oh, ini
way.
semifinal nih.
That's Tropa Suprema. They're taking
3,
the win. They're going on to the grand
1.
finals.
Luar biasa Tropa Suprema ya, menang ya.
For the first time.
Tropa Suprema masuk ke final round. Dan habis ini kita akan menyaksikan pertandingan antara nggak tahu.
Tropa Suprema, after losing the first
yang
set,
bunyi tadi ya?
put their foot down, dig in,
Oh, ini.
and just gut punch 3
Apa lawan berikutnya? Emperor ya? Emperor lawan ini. Queen Nai ini ya?
Congratulations. But again, this is not a final. That was a semi-final. You guys have so much more good Brawl Stars in front of you. I cannot wait to see.
Oke, Arik Susilo, selamat tidur. Aku pipis dulu ya. Sambil nunggu Queen Nai sama lawan Emperor, aku kamar mandi dulu, WC dulu ya.
For these guys, they're going to be coming in with so much momentum and fury into the finals today. Queen Nai are going to have their work cut out for them if they make it there. Emperor will certainly have the same. It's upsets at this point, right? But now I'm looking at Emperor. I'm sure Queen Nai is looking at Emperor like, what did the underdogs get in their Wheaties this morning? I mean, they're coming out swinging for the top dogs of this region. Highlights, folks. We have plenty of them here. So many games played in this set. Incredible action from both squads. I mean, it feels like, you know, we've been casting this one all night. This was a long one. We had the max gem grab. I mean, we had so many incredibly close games. We had 1% siege matches, 3% heist differentials, 29 gem grabs here, folks. I mean, there is literally nothing more that you could have asked for outside of forcing a set number 5 here. And I don't know if I'm a Tropa Suprema fan, if I want that. I think when you're the underdog and you're in this position, you want to put it away as soon as humanly possible when you're on this type of roll. And so incredibly well done. Kudos to Tropa. I think they deserve all the credit in the world. I think Zeta Division, let me say this now and stamp this in the history books. I think Zeta Division were playing very well.
Yeah.
I think they did not, this was not a dropped match by any means. This was this was grabbed from the clutches of the kings of this region here, and Tropa Suprema earned every damn point of it.
Yeah, I mean, did you look at like the KDR right on Mole? It was still 2.7 kills for every 3.2 deaths. Like it was still below 1, right? He's still dying more than he is getting kills, right? So they're just playing the objective, right? That's really what it's about. And they're doing a really good job of it. We were suspicious of it at first, but they're just, as you said, like they're doing a real good job of that. So congratulations. It was absolutely well deserved by Tropa Suprema, and now they really got a shot of sort of usurping the lead of Queen Nai and possibly taking the second spot to the World Finals. We're going to see a Queen Nai and Emperor up next. We saw actually Emperor, they took down the crown, but they're not finished with the royalty. Now they got to take on Queen Nai. The Emperor has to face off against the Queen.
Let's see how it goes. I'm just staring. I can't stop looking at it. Tropa Suprema 3-1 over Zeta Division. I just can't stop looking at it, man. It's unbelievable here. Super excited for this next matchup because it is clear that anything can happen here in the Brawl Stars Championship. Here in this East Asian region, we have your second semi-final up on the docket. Queen Nai, Emperor. Let's talk a little bit about Queen Nai. We know a decent amount about them at this point here. They're going to be playing their first map, their first set, excuse me, which will be on Canal Grand here in the Bounty mode.
Yeah, and I mean, this is where we see like the Brock, right? We see some Sprout action as well. You know, just so we can get kind of an idea of what Brawler is going to be coming out here as well. In NA, we saw actually a little bit of Rosa. Oh my gosh, a friend! F. Dot would be so pleased. Yeah, the cool
Look at
dude.
all the friends, so many friends on this map.
Another friend, right, who is playable, right? We haven't seen a whole lot of buzz just yet, but you know, it's
we got to get that
possible.
surfboard for F. Dot, dude. The Rad Boy surfboard.
Exactly, Rad Boy. You love to see it. Yeah, definitely fitting. Let's get our bands though. so we can get a
Let's
good
do it.
idea of how it's gonna turn out. See the max band once again,
Dude,
and
Max.
I'm still not feeling it, but I mean,
I want to see it, bro. I want to
that's
at
true.
this point.
That's true.
What's going on? Like, show me why. Tell me why this is, and show me why this is being banned. You know, you guys are like ready to call it a rip and throw Max out in the trash every week. You know, at this point, man, they are really showing us that this is a respected pick and something that has been banned in all but one match today. Primo and Stu also taking a seat in the Sprout. We talked about Sprout here on Canal Grande, so we will not be seeing that. I think a very, very solid pick. So many choke points, so much control there from the wall. But throwers, still a presence here for just Queen 9. Emperor has drafted no throwers.
Okay, so we see Hagego on the Sandy, and then Byron just constantly healing him. That's a strat.
Is that like,
right? Is that the
talk to me about this skin now. Is this like a Leon cosplay? This looks like the Leon color scheme here.
It's gift
I'm
shop
getting
Sandy.
thrown
man.
off by some of the, I'm getting thrown off by some of these skins. Dude, you know every skin off the top of your head.
What can I say?
Is
I
that
play this game
is that a
lot.
Primo lolly? Well, who's hanging around
It's a
there?
Primo cotton candy, yeah. And if you
Oh
look,
my
he's
God.
wearing spikes. I recreated the spike slippers for myself, and they were quite comfy, right? They were
Wow,
not.
so you're cosplaying cosplay Sandy. This is getting deep. There is layers to this, baby.
Yeah,
I love these.
It's not spike air, right? It's not banned in several countries. Ooh, nice kill there by Queen Nine. We saw the great combo from Gene. But yeah, no spike air. It's not banned in several countries.
I love it, man. I love these Brawl Stars skins. I love the Witch Shelly that we were giving away earlier. The Cauldron shotgun is very, very cool. So good luck, and you know, if you entered the code, obviously in chat, make sure you're checking in game to see if you have been selected as a winner here. Very, very slim margin here in game number 1 between Queen Nai and Emperor. 5 stars to 3 with 30 seconds on the board here. Lots of supers charged up and ready to go for Queen Nai, who have the lead, which does not give me a lot of confidence here for Emperor. There's a lot of moves that couldn't be made. Up over the river goes Memni as the countdown begins here. Emperor have got to make a move, but Tick is just zoning everyone out. No way you're getting through this choke point unscathed, as more and more and more kills start going the way of Queen Nai, and that's kind of how that goes, man. When you're in the lead, you have to run into these supers, especially on a very choky map like that. I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah, that's the deal, right? Canal Grande is one of those maps where it like seems kind of counterintuitive, where playing on defense is not where you want to be, right? You want to be on offense, trapping the enemy. It's absolutely
Halo Rafif, halo Ceos.
place to be. It's just completely overextended, right? Here comes Queen Nine, right? I mean, what an amazing way to finish off the
Bang,
match, right?
botak.
Just securing
Enggak, ah.
2 more kills there, right as the clock is ticking down. Emperor just trying their best to go for the offense, and Queen Nine backing up. Right?
Halo Ziz, halo pria Dwi Sujarwadi.
Don't want to be defending during the match, but that's the beauty of playing offense most of the game, is you can just back up towards the end.
Well,
and just
sure,
cover your
yeah.
tracks, yeah.
You can play defense for the last 15 seconds. You learn it at that point. Yeah, at that point, and it's the way you kind of want to do it. It's the lack of thrower for me ready that I'm kind of noticing from game 1. You see our good friend Gift Shop Sandy up off screen basically for the last, I don't know, 30-45 seconds of that match. And she has to loop all the way back around just to escape pressure. You see Emperor try to cross the river in the middle choke point, and Tick is all over it. They're at half HP or less by the time they actually make it through that barrage.
Habis ini final nih.
Situation, I think, put on there. So I think I'd like to see
Kayak kenal Milkreo.
maybe-
Milkreo
And
dari
it's
tim
easy to
mana
say
Milkreo
the
dulu ya?
thrower was the difference, right? When you have to come to the thrower through a choke point, sure,
IMP.
of course he looks good in that.
Oh iya ya, di FL aku dulu Milkreo nih. Dia dulu setim sama ini, sama Bonox. IMP. Milkreo. Tapi Milkreo pindahan dari mana ya?
That I have seen before, but it obviously worked in game number 1. So let's see if Emperor is able to pull it off.
Milkreo pindahan dari mana ya?
The super and Nishini barely able to stay alive with just like 32
Ah, lupa lah.
Emperor running back with the lead.
Bang, setuju nggak Spike dikasih voice? Kalau ada voice-nya jadi nggak lucu dia.
On Canal Grande.
Bang, nggak mabat udah tadi.
Open up the offense, looking for the poke shots on Hagego.
Dirjen CSNS yang menang tim Flash mulu.
Can't afford to sit back too far. Here's the super. Hagego though gets the kill and
way.
he's able to
No
escape
way.
actually and not go down.
I don't know that I've ever seen that
Mati.
in all my days. All three teammates alive. Beautiful Gene super connects, and that's what's supposed to happen right there. I mean, Sandy ain't that tanky.
Milkreo mantan Jupiter. Oh iya, Milkreo mantan Jupiter, benar.
At the same time, but I mean, a little bit of healing and off she goes. That's the safety of her team, but it is still a lead despite these couple of kills coming in for Queen Nai. They are still down 2. They are in
Kenji ini
position
kayak
to
kenal.
stars,
Oh
so
iya,
one more
Kenji
kill
juga ada di
for
FL
Nai
aku
Stars.
juga, Kenji dulu nih.
In some ways, you know, pull the lead back in because
Dempsey
we have a
top
star
top.
in their possession.
Dempsey
And it's
Dempsey
ready to
dari
go,
mana
and it
Dempsey?
will be
Dempsey
just
Jepang,
a
Kenji
pistol
Korea.
spot, nowhere else to run against the
Enggak.
back wall of this
Iya,
map.
Kenji Korea.
Looks like it's gonna be a close one, folks, here.
Aduh, udah
Could get in
lupa aku
there.
loh.
No, one more
Buset,
kill.
lama banget.
2 more kills
Bang,
for
udah
the
kalau ada
squad.
kompetitif Griff Open
Convincing.
mabar di akun kedua please bang, aku nggak bakal ulangin kesalahan kemarin. Oke, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, I mean, Queen Nai is the person who we expected to come out on top here, but Emperor looks like they're ready to take on the Queen. Just based off of game number 2 here in set 1, we'll get some replays to roll back the footage and, you know, get sort of an analysis of our last game and, you know, perhaps draw some conclusions from it. Right, Queen Nai looks like they were, you know, doing pretty well for most of the match, but I mean, for me, this was Hagego, right? The entire game. He did die with that blue star.
That was the
sorry,
moment,
Kenji,
right?
But yeah, I mean, look how close this was at the end, too.
Sama ya?
Just keeping their
Yeah.
cool all the way at the
Very
back.
close.
Yeah, just
Bang, kenapa Indo nggak ikut East Asia ya? Nggak bisa lah.
as well, right?
Indonesia
It's all
nggak
about
termasuk East Asia.
getting the Sandy combo.
Yeah, landing more supers straight up too. I mean, we saw that one really big moment where Kang was able to land the super onto Sandy, but she was bailed out, and I think that was supposed to be the momentum shift. And
Buset,
Bounty
namanya
has
Pretty Hair.
has that momentum, you know. Emperor, though not the favorite in this set, they're still absolutely good enough to play good fundamental Bounty. They
Bang,
know
kenapa
how
emang
to
Tegati
use
warna
the
merah
lead,
dibuat
they
di
know
Brawl
how
Stars?
to, you know, respond
Nggak
to
tahu
it.
juga ya.
You have to come to us, and we know how to play around that. You did it to us in game number 1.
Nanti kasih tahu brawler apa aja yang cocok di event Chris ya bang. Oke siap.
Game number 2, and I think they did just that.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can keep it up in game number 3. And if they are, of course, they're going to be taking it set number 1. And we'll see if Queen Nai is still bringing the same heat as they were last month in set number 2. But for now, I don't know. It's still Queen Nai for me, right? For me, it wasn't too convincing in game number 2. And
Perasaan dari tadi Jepang terus. Namanya East Asia. East Asia itu Jepang, Korea Selatan,
next game,
ini sama lepasan Cina ini, Taiwan, Hong Kong.
Crushing defeat there for first blood for Emperor. On the right-hand side, and
Jadi isinya dan Jepang yang paling kuat ya. Jepang, Korea Selatan yang paling kuat ya. Isinya mereka-mereka aja.
Cover and some bushes. Lot of poke damage here. Nobody has gone down just yet as a
Cas
result.
dulu
of
HP-nya
it.
Christian. Wah.
But Queen Nai are moving in and they want to get this kill. Big barrage from Brocken down at town. Menmi hits a big old shot to grab 2 stars for himself. Not a big point swing. Obviously, one more shot would do it, but Anishi is there to body block.
ooh, Inishi narrowly avoids that shot from Menmi. It was like maximum range, and it almost hit him. Hagego, though, taking some serious damage. Menmi's going to look for the pinch, but he's not going to be able to get it.
Di sini kalau orang main di map ini rata-rata pakai apa namanya? Rosa.
Like a tiny bit of health every single time. And it's
Ih,
gonna happen
mereka
again.
agak beda ya, agak beda
Hagego
kayaknya.
still
Ya.
alive, Menmi a little bit
Bisa
distracted.
juga dipakai Rosa. Cuma kalau lawan kayak gini mati kayaknya Rosa ya. Lawan Jin Piper Sandy kayak gini Rosa nggak bisa kayaknya.
Shots here. Beautiful movement from Dempsey. 40 seconds on the clock. Only a 3-star lead right now. Menmi is the most valuable.
Ini tim
target.
Queen Nai ini ganti apa tadi ya?
So he is worth not only more
Oh,
than
ganti
time
Sandy.
kill,
Sandy-nya
but
hilang,
the
diganti Brock.
lead. They can grab
Byron
it
juga
there.
hilang,
Here's the punch.
Byron juga hilang.
The grab smashed by Kenji.
Griff
And
OP
this
nggak
time
bang? Biasanya
Sandy
Brawl baru
shall
OP
not
sih.
survive.
Udah dulu nggak soalnya bosen. Oke sapi. 19 arena berapa yang susah sampai?
And I think we
Nggak
may
tahu
have
ya, aku pokoknya
ourselves
arena
a
terakhir
bounty
udah.
winner at the end of this
Tinggal
time.
ininya aja, ranknya aja yang apa kelasnya, ranknya ya? Yang belum tinggi. Meta setiap region beda kayaknya. Kayaknya bukan juga sih. Tapi kalau ada Rosa di situ emang mati kutu sih. Karena Sandy ada stun sekarang ya. Jadi Rosa yang udah pakai gadget bisa didiemin sama ini sama Sandy.
Number two, yeah, I mean the tick pick, right?
Jadi nggak ada yang berani pakai Rosa.
Like a whole lot, and that's why Queen Knight they switched things out in set number 2. But Emperor, this is where they managed to take the win, and Hagego and Milgrio were just going crazy. This combo was just going ridiculous.
Raja Toxic si Winda kalah bang, main game boxing udah 4 jam main gak menang-menang. Serius masih live dia tuh. Masa?
And game 3 did look a lot like game 2 for the most part. Let's call it
Ya
how it
buset,
was.
masih main.
It ended up
Masih lawan yang sama dong.
able to actually capitalize. Kenji hitting huge hooks over on the right hand side of the map and finishing the kills. Here's one of them right there, just tossing the Sandy around. Proper use of the super, proper use of the gadget, just absolute mechanical.
Gadget Rosa atau ulti Rosa? Gadget Rosa yang nge-slow. Gadget Rosa nge-slow, terus Sandy ada stun.
Very even, right? Across the board, like it's pretty even stuff here.
Bang ada ini rahasia biasa? Enggak, di 10.000 trofi soalnya udah mau tamat.
Great shots hit from both sides. This is kind of how that upset started in the top of the bracket, though. Ready, so I'm not ready to call this one curtains yet here. I think we have a lot more life left.
Jangan main sama Sandy.
From Emperor.
Oke 1-0 Queen Nai unggul ya Queen Nai.
Dynamite taking a ride on that mine car. It is Hard Rock Mine. It is the classic Brawl Stars map in the classic Brawl Stars mode. You see it in every Brawl Talk, right? Because it's just that original. It's kind of like the battlefield for everyone who even dares call themselves a Brawl Stars pro. We'll see what kind of brawler picks come out here. Definitely going to see the Rico, Piper, also possibility. Gene is in the mix, so that is going to be present as well.
And as we see here, we know the bands.
Kalau disamperin Sandy bisa nge-stun. Iya.
Let us know who you think is going to take this one here. Drop
Jadi Rosa misalnya slowin lawan,
vote for Queen Nai or the Emperor.
terus mau dideketin sama Rosa nggak bisa karena di stun sama Sandy pasti.
Know who you like to. Queen Nai actually, when we were headed into the semifinals, we took a poll for all 4 teams. And
Nah ini meta di sini hampir nggak berubah-berubah ya. Hard Rock main dari dulu metanya kayak gini aja terus.
Zeta, so it's clear that this is a fan favorite team here in this region, and they are showing us why. Very fun to watch, very solid.
Cuma ini aja yang beda aja hanya Rico dan Byron aja nih.
We're seeing the Rico, we're seeing
Kayaknya
the Gene,
mereka suka banget sama Byron ya.
Bell, and yet another Gene. Very
Ya Byron ya habis di buff sih. Udah sakit sih bisa ini lagi masalahnya.
early 3-gem lead.
Bisa
Inanishi's getting the opportunity to set up all these bear traps at mid in crucial
bisa
positions.
udah sakit bisa nge-heal juga gitu ya.
Queen Nine keeping up the pressure though. Kenji looking to make an impact here on the left lane. Milgrio though is holding him back. He's not really
Keren banget sih nama tiknya, iya.
Inishi is not gonna hit that damage amplifier.
Yang 3D-nya itu ya.
All of these bear traps are still at mid and they're gonna slow.
Carl bagus nggak bang di map ini? Ih tergantung lawan juga kalau Carl itu ya.
Dempsey, of course, with that damage amplifier still hanging over his head, is going to have a bit of a harder time with Hagego. But Queen Knight still, I mean,
Ini tarikan Jin bahaya banget sih.
they're keeping the gem count even.
I give kudos to Dempsey, man. He's like
Rico-nya udah
shooting on
nimar.
purpose to maintain his low HPs just so he can keep that robo speed and just haul around this map. Making sure he's being
Tukeran,
annoying,
mereka
he's
tahu
poking,
tukeran
he's
ya.
moving in, getting his shots off and getting out before anyone can respond. Fun to watch, man. Decent amount of Rico played today here. And it's been good. A lot of bear traps down in mid though. This is what you've kind of been mentioning. Yes, the gems are close, but map control, at least it was in favor of Emperor as they lose a critical
Mati
member
Milkreo.
of their team in the Gene. Lots of bear traps, and more importantly,
Mati juga nih. Mati semua, Jinnya survive. Luar biasa sekali.
Hagego is just
Luar biasa sekali comeback dari Emperor ya.
stepped up by Byron, 17 gems.
Sempat unggul pertama Emperor, terus balik keunggulan untuk Queen Knight, sekarang di comeback lagi.
Yeah, for my money, there's no way they bring it back. It was just a critical blunder there from Queen Knight to go.
Trapnya ini susah banget nggak bisa dihindarin soalnya ya, trapnya Bell ini ya. Diinjek langsung kena pasti.
For the entire game, just completely undisturbed.
Kalau trapnya Bo kan masih bisa dihindarin kan. Kalau kita fast hand gitu,
Typically,
kita langsung bisa mundur ya. Kalau kita udah bunyi tok 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 gitu langsung mundur aja.
Dempsey is over here on the right lane, completely stuck with that damage amplifier on him the entire game. Look at Mimi, right? He gets hit by the bear trap, gets slowed down. Hagego gets slowed down, but it doesn't really matter, right? Dempsey's not able to make it back in time. Dempsey was stuck. He was absolutely trapped on that lane. Here's a stat comparison between the two Genes as well, right? King doing a pretty good job, but Hagego, really what he needed to do was keep Dempsey at bay. That's exactly what he did.
And 17 gems grabbed. Obviously that happened.
Skin Byron kapan dibikin, kasihan pertama rilis nggak punya skin terus. Nggak apa-apa lah Byron lah, belum terlalu lama lah. Skin Jackie tukang sampah efeknya beneran sampah. Ya harganya 30 gems itu. Nggak tahu sekarang, kalau dulu 30 gems harganya tuh. Bang, kenapa Jin penting banget di mode jam grab sama bintang? Nggak tahu ya, Jin kan habis di buff juga, damage-nya sakit juga ya, 1540 ya kalau nggak salah damage-nya. Kalau kena semua ya. Ditambah dia bisa nge-heal dan dia bisa bisa tarikannya itu buat comeback sebenarnya. Itu bahaya banget. Kayak tadi itu ya contohnya ya, pas Bellnya udah kena trap langsung ditarik sama Jin, mati deh.
Ask me, right? It's like if there weren't a damage amplifier on him, then you know it would have been on him later, right? If he
Queen Nai pakai itu dua-duanya, jadi gem carry-nya dijaga baik-baik, double healer, seperti double healer lah. Nggak ada perubahan dari kedua tim. Halo Hafiz Darmawan.
Of swapping onto the Gene. Milcreo's going to go for the super though. Does get the damage on Dempsey. He is put out of commission. Milcreo pops that gadget as well, and he's staying alive. Mimi hits one shot, not going to hit the rest though. Milcreo is just
Sampai dikeroyok dulu Byronnya nih, mau dikeroyok Byronnya.
also falling into a similar position as Dempsey.
Mati Byronnya, tapi mati juga dia. Nah, wallnya hancur, wallnya hancur, Rico kurang nih.
Mimi is hitting a lot of shots here, but it's just
Dewa mereka semua nih, buset.
all on his own. Gotta have the help from the teammates here. 6 gems to nothing. Emperor
6-3 keunggulan untuk Emperor.
this third seed, this
Bang,
fourth
skin
seed
Mr. P
squad
cuma
in
satu.
today's
Kayaknya
tournament
ada
are not messing around.
ada
Queen
dua
Nai
deh.
and Zeta
Oh iya, cuma satu ya.
Division, your days appear to be numbered.
Ada skin silver sama skin golden juga kok.
Getting map control for what feels like the first time
Akhirnya dipukul mundur tim Emperor, sekarang 6 sama gemsnya.
these two games.
Kita lihat apa perubahan yang akan dilakukan. Kenji di sini sudah menginjak trap dari Bell. Byron sana survive. Byron di low HP, sekali tembak mati sih dengan basic attack-nya tadi. Tarikan buset. Lagi narik ditarik. Sungguh menarik. Mati nih kayaknya Bellnya. Ini juga mati nih kayaknya nih. Jinnya mati juga kayaknya. Low HP banget loh itu. Wih, survive dia hebat banget. Jinnya tumbang, 1 gems diambil. Juga Byronnya tumbang juga. 11 gems, no hope sudah. Tinggal mundur. Bang, beli Mr. P. Bila Mr. P dapat skin. Bang, bila Mr. P dapat skin. Yang dislike siapa? Yang dislike nggak apa-apa. Yang mau dislike nggak apa-apa. Wah, hari ini aku 1 minggu jadi sungkawan mulut bang. Keren Cristiano Maru ya.
Queen 9 will take us into set 3 like really soon here. But Emperor, they have been playing it pretty well. Though number 2 was really all Queen 9. We saw the Brawler swap. Mimi still on the Bell, but Dempsey switching out with Kenji, right? Swapping off of the Rico and then onto the Gene there. Hagego,
Satu sama di jam grab ini ya.
trying to keep up the pressure with the Gene, but just wasn't able to.
2 kills to 2, 11 to 13, 0 and 2. I think is the critical stat line to look at here between Menmi and Inishi. No deaths. The perfect game, if you will. Not only getting
Skin Mortis
kills,
yang emas
not
ada efeknya
dying,
keren, aku
and
belum lihat.
grabbing gems. What more can you ask for? That was sort of the note that we hit on there early there in game number 2. Menmi feels like he's doing it all. He's winning his lane. He's helping left and right. He's grabbing gems. And as soon as his teammates are able to get
Kenji nggak pakai SP yang 1 bang. SP yang 2 lebih bagus.
when they can get map control and throw a little chaos, if you will, into the mix, that's where it feels like they kind of start to thrive. They know what to do in a controlled setting there, But I think Emperor are more comfortable in all honesty here. I think Queen Nai is the favorite.
Queen Nai seram kayaknya. Ini Queen Nai yang lolos kayaknya ini ya.
I feel like when stuff starts to hit the fan and plans kind of start to go out the window and things get chaotic, I think generally speaking these favored teams like Queen Nai and Zeta will thrive a little bit better in that chaos and do
Mortis keluar kawan-kawan.
Mortis and Byron, this is something
Mana gem carrier yang pakai ini lagi?
very big.
Wah, ini menang menang
Emperor,
menang Emperor saya. Kesusahan banget sih ini.
in it, they want to tie this
Sumpah deh ya. Susah banget lawannya.
If you thought Kenji was
Double tank ada Rosa ya.
last time, if you thought he was carrying, he absolutely has to carry here, right?
Ih.
He is going to be
Nggak mampu lah.
brawler that absolutely has to pick up all of the
Susah banget nih beneran.
go for a little bit of wall break. He does get that
Jin
kill on
Pipernya aku yakin pakai gadget kedua
It's
sih.
gonna come down to the tank counter, right? Kenji, that is what he's aiming to provide, and Mimi is
Ya kan?
just trying to stay alive.
banget tangannya.
The wall break, and that's gonna be a major thorn in the side for Milcreo. Kenji also picks up a great kill on
Bisa
Hagego.
comeback kah ini?
Exactly the role.
Mortis di belakang,
If he can keep
Rosa
up
di
with that,
depan.
sort of gameplay repeatedly,
Jinnya harus jadi gem carrier nih.
going to be a good match for Queen Nai, but so far,
Karena Jin yang bisa ini. Nah, oh iya bener.
Byron
Jinnya yang jadi tengah ya.
unfriendly bushes on the
Karena nggak bakal bisa buat ini, buat Piper mengumpulkan gem kalau ada Mortis.
left side.
Nah, bener dia pakai gadget kedua juga.
Homemade recipe to hit
Dia
Byron.
udah melompat tapi lompatannya salah.
Hagego following Mimi,
Mati.
kill and
Sini Rosa ada super. Dia bisa langsung ras nih. Wah, nggak ada kesempatan sih.
As well, Hagego could make a big play here,
Rico
but
yang punya damage tinggi aja sih sebenarnya.
defensively and might
Wow.
still fall downtown.
Satu
Mimi
gems
lands a
lagi,
big shot.
10
Milcreo
sudah
getting
dipegang
in
oleh
there, hitting a nice
Byron di
double
sana.
bounce. Can he get
Tidak
another
ada
bounce off?
kesempatan
He
buat
will.
tim
Life stealing so
ini
much. Milcreo,
memenangkan
they
pertandingan ya.
have just
The
swung
Mortis
this one,
Rosa nggak mampu
cemented it
mereka.
in favor of Emperor. Huge comp switch up.
Mortis emas ada
Wacky
efek.
stuff. Mortis,
Efek bling-bling.
Rosa, and Byron. Emperor will claim victory here in game 3.
Habis ISS selesai, sosis bareng Shiro bang. Iya,
Upset city here in East Asia, it would seem.
Bel bagus SP berapa bang? Kalau aku SP ini, SP yang shield, yang pertama ya. SP shield. Aku suka yang shield. Halo
This is the semi-final. They still have a long way to go, but Emperor showing that they mean business. They are here to play, and Queen Nai does not scare them one bit.
oh my gosh, and Emperor, they did Queen Nai so dirty with that comp in.
Halo Dona
Brawl.
Kristanti.
I mean, pulling out the Mortis, the Rosa, and the Byron, that's just that's just absolutely filthy, right? And then just every single time having Rosa run the lane that Kenji is not running, right? It's a great strategy, and it's completely out of nowhere. It's such a strong comp as well, and they made it
Boom.
work amazingly. Yeah, Milcreo just popping off, hitting the
I
double
love
bats, and cycling them too. It was so beautiful to watch.
Mortis is the cultured man's Edgar. You know, you can't just get in there and slap quick fire and expect to win these engagements. It's timing, it's precision, it's multi-batsing people. I mean, this is great stuff, I think, coming out from Milcreo, and that has to happen. Mortis is a very high risk, high reward selection as far as brawlers go. I mean, you got to play it well if you're going to bring that thing out. So all the kudos to him, all the credit in the world. Still haven't unlocked that damn brawler on my account, man. I want to get in there. I want to play him. I've had my eye on him for a long time. I'm sitting up at I just got M's. I just passed my 8,000 trophy mark, man. I'm ready to get in there, and I just can't get this guy unlocked.
Yeah, always a struggle, right? You could always just
I never
use
get the
right
characters
sets.
I want, man. I'm getting like Sprout. I'm like, where is my Mortis, man? I wanna get this. I get so hyped seeing him all the time. Sorry, I don't mean to offend, but
Yeah, don't
I'm a
talk
mobility
dirty
boy.
about Sprout.
I'm a zoomer, dude. I'm a mobility man at heart. I gotta get in there. I gotta mix it up. And you know, I play in ding dong elo, so I gotta be able to carry the game all on my own. As we head here to Siege, set number 3 here, the vote skewing a little bit heavier. I think the crowd is warming up to the idea of upsets at this stage, Ready Set, as we see the 30 to 70 vote. Starting to skew away a little bit from Queen Nai. They were undisputed the most highly voted team here earlier on when we took the big community.
Marah-marah bang. Masa nobar marah-marah.
Idea of a little spicy meatball
Ini pakai
upset
Bibi
here in
cocok.
the bottom side semifinal.
Map apa?
Yeah,
Map yang mana? Map yang tadi Nopal.
this would be just an absolutely
Map Hard Rock Mine Jam Grab atau apa?
see Emperor right advance instead of Queen Knight, right? And that would be amazing for Tropa Suprema as well, because not only do they not have to face against Queen Knight, right? That's not really the biggest factor. It is that Queen Knight does not get the
Map ini, map Siege ini. Kalau map Siege ini bisa sih pakai Bibi.
and it's a Tropa Suprema opportunity, especially considering the skill level of the team that they just took down. I would say, they can
Ada kaktus dong.
win against either of these teams, either Queen, Knight, or Emperor.
Franknya nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain loh.
We see the big man on the left lane, and we have just one take counter on Queen Knight. We'll see how it works.
Frank kalau nembak, apalagi super jarak dekat itu susah banget kayaknya.
Oh my god.
Cuma mereka ada Lu ya. Lu ini defense-nya kuat banget ya.
Dunking, obliterating, embarrassing.
Nobar bang,
dancing
biar mantep
on
nobar
the
sekali
big man.
marah-marah.
That was something that's a replay that I gotta see. Absolutely dancing. Doesn't take a single point of damage and claps his Look at this man. He's untouchable right now. Menmi has got his juke boots strapped tighter than anything I have.
Kenapa
ever
Frank ya?
seen.
Kenapa bukan Bibi ya?
Is absolutely divine.
Kenapa bukan Mortis juga ya?
Spot coming in though. Queen Knight with the purple boy and is headed straight towards the Ike.
Damn.
Inishi gonna try and slow things down, but that herbal tonic doesn't do anything to slow
Nggak
it
lewat
down.
robot,
Diego,
beneran.
though, is gonna try and stun things out.
Wow.
Mario's gonna pick up,
Robot level 10 nggak bisa memberikan damage.
with that super.
Wah bahaya sih ini.
Things out playing Lu here. But it's also why Emperor did not win the second siege, right?
Ini satu robot terakhir, kita lihat siapa akan ini menang. Tapi Franknya nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain. Delapan, sama-sama 8. Otai ini. Wah nggak. Dapat keluar lagi robot. Pasti ada damage sih udah. Kalau robot terakhir tuh ada damage pasti ya. Susah pakai Lu, susah banget pakai Lu. Cuma ya supernya itu aja biar robot nggak bisa lewat aja. Selesai. Luar biasa Queen ya. Bisa di zoning loh. Bisa di zoning, nggak bisa lewat loh mereka.
The clean 100-0 with 1 second left on the clock, just to show ya who's boss. Queen 9 are gonna destroy the.
Bang, pamit dulu nonton dari Battle of Musikan 2%. Oke, Christian Domaro, thank you. Lu defense-nya kuat banget, dibekung berkali-kali. Nah itu masalahnya. Robotnya jadi goblok. Nggak bisa lewat.
It was definitely good for getting the defense, but it wasn't good for the mid fight, and that's what's important, right? Is defending is just part of it, but really retaking is what's more important than defending. Let's see the comparison between the two Barleys, though. King just getting such amazing control that entire time, controlling around the bolts and picking them up right after. Nishi struggled a little bit, even though the kills and deaths are pretty close. Obviously, not any control for Emperor there, and so we'll see probably a change in our next game. Probably a lack of Lu. As he's great for defending, but not good for mid fight.
No, certainly not. And great movement all around there. Siege is often defined, I think, by not necessarily Barley, but like what Barley gets set up to do, whether it's by his own hand or his teammate's hand. He seems to be such a difference maker in this mode. He can do so much damage to the Ike, so much control in the mid fight. I mean, he was born and bred for the mode when you can get.
Halo boy play, gaya kedua Lu kayaknya lebih berguna dari gaya ke satu. Emang udah rilis, belum rilis lagi gaya kedua Lu. Oke banyak lagi. Oke Christian Domaro, nggak ada perubahan dari tim Queen ya. Frank hilang, berganti menjadi Search Protector. Agak susah Search untuk lawan Spike juga sih dengan gadget baru Spike ya. Keluar lagi, Search tumbang. Barley-nya juga tumbang. Nah, nggak ada Barley, nggak ada damage ke ini ke robot. Wow, defense-nya pada mengerikan ya. Tapi ini menang Emperor kayaknya.
that works out
Startnya
for these guys.
memberikan perubahan banget ya.
Still at mid, picking up all these bolts that just happen to be spawning right at mid. Mimi and Kenji controlling around the right side. Milker is playing the surge for the counter. But is he gonna be able to do much with
Mau
it?
narik langsung ini dia gadget loh. Cepet banget tangannya ya.
Action times on this
Walaupun tetap harus di take down. Wow, tarikannya itu loh.
Ready to go. I mean, that is
Langsung
just
tarik begini loh.
what it takes at this level of play. Back-to-back offenses here.
Hebat ya orang main-mainnya.
They didn't get anything
Para
done
gamer
on
ini
their
hebat-hebat
first
banget
offense,
loh.
but now they have some brawlers backing them up. Surge grab the credit for
Bisa
killing
beri
Brawl.
damage.
Just gonna let this one ride.
Tapi nggak ada Barley lagi. Barley yang bisa beri damage tinggi ke ini ya.
This one get tanked up as
Ke
much
turret
as
ya.
possible, but it's still gonna result in 30%. Control of mid. It's gotta happen sooner or later. They have a 6-bolt lead going into this final bolt phase.
Kenji nggak punya ini, nggak punya apa namanya. Wow, tarikannya miss.
Plenty of opportunity to
Mati kayak anu. Jin enggak. Ih, Barley enggak juga. Waduh, robot terakhir didapatkan oleh Emperor lagi ya. Menang Emperor ya.
It will be, I mean, oh my
Oh, nggak ada malah, nggak ada robot. Tapi unggul 30%.
So I mean that's gonna be it. I mean sometimes siege is over.
Wih,
before
seru.
it's
Mereka
over.
pertandingannya 21-21 terus loh.
No siege bots are gonna be spawning here, and not a prayer to go and get 30%, 31% for the win here for Queen Nai. We are going to a game 3 of siege again. Stats guy, shout outs to him. Emperor has the better win percentage here in siege.
Panic
They are
Jin.
no slouch, no stranger to this mode. And they certainly take a dominant win there in game number 2.
Hebat orang mainnya.
Is going to, or every single set is going to game number 3 is just, you know, it's pretty much as long as the match can be, but it's also as even as the match can be. Mimi with that little lamp block to pop the bot off the safe. That was really all the defense they could get. It all came down to whether they were able to contend with the Emperor's defense of mid. Right? I think this is absolutely the right switch up from Emperor to actually go for a comp that has
Bisa diimbangin ya, padahal 6-0 tadi.
control, and it's evidenced in the stat comparison here. I mean, Hagego getting more kills.
Iya, Siege itu zoning itu loh.
Equals more permanence on mid, and also the ability to, you know, gradually control and push up and take back mid. So well played there from Emperor. I wonder what Queen Nai is going to employ this time, so that they can kind of outdo Emperor's
Duh,
ability.
pengen ambil minum tapi kayaknya seru banget nih.
That's what it's going to come down to. I mean, there was so much control there. Incredible defenses too. You can see that Queen Nai knows how to play some siege. They know how to do the defense. They know how to rotate aggro, get in and out of combat, use the spawn shields. They know how to do all that thing. But if you can't get the bolts, none of that stuff matters. You got to get in there. You got to have some type of offense there. And that really, I wonder how that game would have gone, excuse me, if there could have been just one defense. And that was not, that wouldn't have been an overwhelmingly big.
Coba aja random kayak
9-volt
gitu.
bot, that's something you can see in the second bolt phase for crying out loud. It's not a crazy big boy coming down the edge, but I just would have liked to see Queen Nai put together just something, some type of effort. I mean, they had an incredible defense. Would have loved to see what they could have done on offense. Could it have been enough? I don't really know. In 2 offenses, Emperor were only able to do that kind of 30% there, but that is neither here nor there. Into game 3 we go. Nobody will be winning.
Dukung QN atau MP?
this set. They would sure
Nggak dukung siapa-siapa.
like to put themselves onto match point and in a position.
Komentator nggak boleh ini, nggak boleh dukung siapa-siapa ya. Carl dipakai. Carl dan juga Search diganti Sandy.
This is a great opportunity to close the gap, if you ask me, because they're, you know, Zeta's far ahead, but they are not completely out of reach of Queen Nai.
Yep, and Queen now pushing in with that first level 2 siege bot. Emperor, of course, doing a good job of defending. Just a few taps on that save.
Mantap tarikan.
Be a great pull there from Kenji. Hagego
Sekarang udah gadget tapi kayak sia-sia gadgetnya dari DMC malah mati pas.
just wanted a little bit of control, is quickly shut
Nggak
down.
bisa diambil baut 2 itu. Ada supernya Barley, ada tarikannya Jin.
Actually, a pretty good defense from
Kayaknya Emperor balik unggul deh ini.
pull became an
Nah, ini baru mati dia.
Dempsey with the next flying hook, and he is gonna
Tertarik Sandy-nya, terus tertarik bawa 2 baut lagi. Jinnya juga mati. Ih, serem.
the next fight. The Queen Knight, they are actually going to have a practical Emperor can make of this push. If anything, it's just too tough for Emperor to push in at this point, and they just got to get an aggressive
Why does this always
defense.
happen? Where are Emperor in these offenses?
Yeah.
Are they getting they're not really getting like hard wiped right before the bot spawns?
Jangan. Selesai aja, selesai 3-1 aja. Jangan lama-lama. Biar final, biar cepet aku ini off streamnya nih. Lama loh ini.
So much confidence in their mid fight that they're like it doesn't matter. We're just gonna win all of these mid fights, and you're not gonna get an offense. Doesn't matter how much damage we do if you literally never get to play.
They tied it, and they actually beat it.
Dude, what
Emperor,
is
they are
going
taking
on?
this next bot, and unless Queen Nai gets some crazy 100% defense
Nah,
once
bro.
again,
Pikachu?
Emperor, yeah,
Semangat, Bang.
It's over. Milk
Aku
Round
baru dulu.
is
Semangat bang. Thank you aku. Semoga rezeki makin lancar ya aku ya. Dan sehat selalu tentunya. Biar bisa donate terus-terusan.
Finally, we see the
Thank you,
all-out
Aku.
offense here from Emperor, and it wasn't a blowout. I mean, 71-88, kind of close if you ask me. Despite
Kita masuk ke
going on.
ronde keempat ya. 2-1 keunggulan untuk Emperor.
Statistic guys, shout outs to Anthony in the back for
Bang, ruanganmu masih sama, yang belum pakai green screen masih sama.
owns at Siege. This is their game mode. They
Menurut gue Emperor menang Barley-nya ya, Barley-nya ya. Aku
Aku
nggak begitu notice tadi Barley-nya mereka berdua ya. Cuma emang tadi Barley-nya ini juga mundur terus tadi ya. Siapa namanya tadi? Dari tim Queen Nai ya. Cuma emang susahnya agak susah juga mau ditentukan Barley-nya siapa yang lebih hebat ya, karena
Yeah, let's get a replay of our last match or our last set rather. Queen Nai push in here.
karena kalau habis zoning itu misalnya habis robot keluar terus masuk ke dalam turretnya kita, terus lawan ada pakai Barley-nya susah mau masuk pasti tuh.
Which seems
Pasti susah banget.
convincingly say, you know, that this is gonna be
Bang, mainnya kayak gitu biar viewer banyak.
Emperor, they fire right back.
Kalau main aku kayak gitu, sekarang aku nggak live stream, aku yang lagi main seperti mereka. Aku lagi ikut mon di final pasti ya.
Best defense of mid in my opinion. I mean, look, they were able to take back after this 7-bolt lead.
Widih.
That's absolutely insane. It's almost unheard of.
Yeah, I think you kind of cursed them there. You said they couldn't come back from it. It's an insurmountable lead, but that final bolt phase gets pretty hectic, and they start spitting out everywhere on the map there. Take a look here at the Gene up against the Sandy. Their statistics are no longer a thing here in Siege. Siege is done and dusted. It is Emperor putting themselves again, man, on match point. I don't believe it, but here we go again. This is where Zeta was put away in their fourth set. It did not go to 5. We'll have to see if that trend continues here on Hot Zone. Let's draw some parallels, right? Emperor, obviously very sick at Siege. Can they translate that objective control mindedness into Hot Zone? Can they channel this into a victory? Can we see Tropa Suprema versus Emperor in the finals of East Asia? I mean, where would anyone have put money on that coming into today? I certainly think not.
Yeah, it's actually a complete surprise, right? But it seems to be surprises all around, especially in this match, right? Let's see if Queen Nai is able to kind of stabilize the momentum here on a parallel plays. Otherwise, it is
Pakai bel di sini ya. Buset, bel Piper triple sharpshooter dari
on the Sandy. Kenji
tim Emperor.
as Gene and Minmi on the Bell left lane. Agego though firing back with the Bell of his own, and he's going to be able to.
Aku nggak tahu ya kalau
Kenji looks for the pinch, but Inishi won't
yang kayak gini bisa ini ya, bisa OP ya.
Wow. Has to keep up the pressure on the right lane,
Hancur
but Inishi
temboknya.
rotate over to the left, otherwise Agego is going to keep on gaining this huge lead.
Itu loh, lihat ya, zona mereka sana mereka tinggalin walaupun belum full ya. Zona tim ini merah ya, belum full tapi udah ditinggalin. Karena mereka fokus di zona yang di dekat tim lawan dulu ya.
He did sacrifice actually that killer B to Kenji who had that shield up, and Queen
Begitu mainnya.
on the left side, and they're actually going to be able to
Tuh.
match the percentage
Ditinggalin aja dulu zonanya mereka ya.
that lane, but that doesn't mean much when they can't even touch Emperor's side.
Certainly does. Not a super big lead here as Queen Nai start to come back just by capturing some of their own zone here.
Nah, kesalahan. Bahaya banget nih counternya nih.
Downtown.
Tapi mati Sandy-nya.
is more than happy to land that, capitalize off of it.
Lihat lu, serem banget aim-nya lu.
To capture their own zone, but it's all about who can get that enemy one wrapped up first here. 1:30 on the clock here, dueling long range brawlers cross the map. One more shot would do it, but
Nah, Pipernya tersudut.
the
Mati deh.
G, my man,
Mati deh Pipernya.
nearly every hand he has thrown in what feels like this set. If you guys remember,
Nggak boleh ada kesalahan ya, mati sekali, bahaya banget ini triple sharpshooter nih karena mereka tipis.
Gene here today, and
Hmm,
57% lead here for Emperor, but Queen
mati.
firmly in the driver's seat.
Nggak bisa lewat karena tembok yang ini nih,
This gap and
tembok yang, nah yang ada ini lingkarannya Sandy ini nggak bakal bisa dilewatin oleh sharpshooter.
crushes two members of
Terlalu tipis.
who dare approach him in the sandstorm.
Tapi Jinnya tumbang, Pipernya yang serem nih, lihat.
Well, Indonesia
Pipernya serem banget.
able to take back the right lane, and Queen Nai's lead is going to be possible to take back. There's enough time for Emperor to make a final push.
Nah, akhirnya kalah.
Pop the super.
That's Kenji.
Nggak ngerti lagi aku lihat metanya kayak gitu ya. Padahal awalnya mereka unggul ya. Setelah temboknya dihancurin,
Queen Nai win here.
harusnya sharpshooter jauh lebih unggul lagi. Malah ke-push ya, aneh ya.
But it's Queen Nai taking the game here. But
Ke-push karena Jin.
it is that
Mereka hancurin tembok itu karena ada Jin. Jin bisa ini ya, bisa apa namanya?
time. It's
Pasti kena nembaknya kalau pakai Jin ya. Makanya pada saat tembok terbuka, Jin juga enak gitu loh.
And nail for every game, every percent, every elimination.
Karena ada Jin, lawan nggak bisa
Fun regions, I think,
regen ya.
across what is a very
Setelah udah ke-push sampai di sana, nggak bakal bisa lagi lewat sharpshooter karena ada Sandy, ada tembok lorong itu yang mau ke zona itu.
obviously seeing him play the Sandy there in that game prior, crushing it.
Kesalahan juga sih.
A lot of average
Nggak boleh mati pokoknya kalau sharpshooter itu. Mati sekali bahaya banget.
he's not there.
Triple sharpshooter. Sama kayak main double thrower gitu. Main double thrower juga satu mati bahaya banget.
Struck there. That's kind of how Sandy works, though. Had the supers when he needed them and put him in the perfect spot. That's really tough.
Jin emang OP ya.
into a sandstorm.
Yeah, and I mean Sandy, right? He has just crazy burst damage and is able to hit multiple targets. It's just absolutely the dream to be hiding around the corner. And here come these two low health, these squishy brawlers.
Halo, baru balik dari live Jonathan nih. Halo Bears. Oh, dari ini Jonathan Liandi.
Dempsey just able to completely drop them and back to the respawn. Right? It is a deceptively hard spawn to get out.
Ada anjing.
Because your point is so close to your spawn does not mean that it is easy.
Nah, Barley ini serem banget sebenarnya di sini ya.
It's why we see brawlers just run
Cuma biasanya Barley dipakai buat defense di sana, tapi sekarang kok
of the game.
malah maju ya.
It's tough to get back there once you've lost it.
Aku udah nggak,
Already
aduh,
getting pushed back. Let's see what Emperor
ngikutin mereka ini aneh banget rasanya.
is going for the damage on Kenji, but here comes the pinch. Milkrio looking for the damage as well. Those sandbags are about to fall, 40 health each, and they're gone. But
Nggak bakal bisa di-push lagi, Barley-nya tumbang. Kayaknya dua sama nih Queen Nai nih.
more sandbags, and it's looking like Queen Nai push.
Nishi caught
Fun fact, Jin paling banyak dipakai di championship ya. Jin paling banyak
That's a
dipakai.
very important piece of cover
Karena
now,
pakainya cukup mudah.
for the defense. If
Nembak-nembak aja, yang penting menjaga lawan nggak regen.
Milkrio is back. Try and zone out. Pretty critical kill
Apakah
there.
di comeback?
Grab the frag onto Dempsey as well. It's gonna be tough getting in there. Grab
Nah, dihancurin temboknya.
all of this matters. Cover
Mau
now.
ngapain kamu, temboknya dihancurin. Nah, tembok itu juga hancur.
Wall break here is the
Mau ngapain kamu Barley?
powered up, ready to go. 54%. Emperor has captured their zone. It's time to fully focus on this last zone and get themselves on the board here in this hot zone set.
Dempsey goes down the combo of Milkrio, and then that tiny bit of poke damage from Inishi. Emperor keeping up this lead.
Oke, unggul 4% Emperor. Apakah Emperor akan membalikkan keadaan?
For pushing in on theirs.
Jin calon kena nerf. Iya aneh, Jin ini paling banyak orang pick.
20 seconds.
Malah di buff lagi damage-nya. Aneh banget loh, sumpah.
This next push, but
Aku nggak tahu apa yang dipikirkan Supercell, tapi aneh banget.
after this super from Milkrio, and now Inishi's actually going to be able to play control around the power. If he pulls someone with power,
Emperor balik unggul kawan-kawan.
the absolute
Tarikan nggak bisa dipakai karena kalau pas narik langsung pakai karung dia, Dembi.
Eliminate that power from the field.
Dem,
He wants
wis,
to weaken
nggak
it.
sempat pakai karung dia.
Yeah, goodbye, power up. Says-
Mati lagi Kenji.
Smart play, Kenji goes down
77%.
Emperor maintains the lead.
Satu sama
I
skornya.
don't think
Emperor
this one's
balik
gonna
nih.
come down to time. I mean, with no cover around, this is just a real hard zone to mess with at this point. But it is a 37 and climbing percent lead for Emperor. 11% stands between them and victory. Two members
Iya,
on it.
nggak bisa lewat
Milfrio
lagi.
is just letting loose. The bottles are flying.
Nice.
And they feel good about this now. 98, 99, and
Halo Kakarot, Son Goku.
Emperor grab this game, meaning they are on a set in.
Aku mau minum, mau ambil minum jadi nggak jadi nih.
This will be back to back.
Saking serunya nih pertandingan.
Here in the East Asian region, the biggest upset of all time in the top side of the bracket with Zeta Division and Trope.
Ini lagi-lagi aneh lagi ya.
Not to be outdone, Emperor come roaring out of the quarterfinals.
Pada saat temboknya hancur, harusnya Barley-nya malah nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain. Tapi malah jadi lebih OP.
And a 3-1 upset at that.
Karena apa? Karena Jinnya bisa nembak terus. Jin dari tim Emperor
It's funny,
bisa nembak terus.
but
Walaupun temboknya udah dihancurin.
we see the 1-1 and then it's gonna go to Queen Nai and then
Berarti yang OP adalah Jin. Emang Jin ini harus di
match point. It's entirely possible.
utak-atik lah Jin ini. Damage-nya udah cukup 1400, nggak usah dinaikin lagi lah.
It's absolutely possible, but you know, Emperor, they gotta wrap things up here because this, I might dare say, is
Minum dulu nanti dehidrasi nih, setelah inilah.
victory in this matchup.
Yeah, and you are right to think that, but if today
Jadi nggak jadi kayaknya live sosis nih.
get like one more community vote at this point. We saw this one start out looking pretty good for Emperor. I think it was around 30% or so of you guys, and that kind of stretched out maybe to 33 or so. At this point, it is looking so much like the upset from the top side of the bracket today.
Jin nerf jarak serangan, kayaknya damage sama HP-nya aja deh kayaknya.
Moment for Queen Nai as well. This is your biggest competition.
HP-nya tebel, dia punya gadget untuk
This should
orang menjauh dari dia.
on through and grab.
Dempsey ngapain tadi ya? Ngapain nge-stun Jin tadi kalau langsung ditembak lagi?
Zeta has not dropped the monthly finals, and now they are out in the semis, not even in the finals.
Bau-baunya Emperor lagi nih.
Big upset. It would have been a big upset if they dropped in the finals. I don't even know the word.
Nggak ada B ya. Ini combo yang dipakai di match pertama dari tim Emperor. Yang beda hanya nggak ada B diganti sama Jin B-nya. Untuk menjaga-jaga kalau temboknya udah hancur ya.
So energizing for you.
Itu sih. Nah ini akhirnya menghancur-hancurin lagi. Tapi sekarang ada Jin. Nah dengan Jin pasti kena terus tembakan. Lawan nggak bisa regen.
Feeling it, man. They are feeling so good about the position they're in.
50%.
They're absolutely rolling. They're in the position of power and they have so much leverage from here.
Mati semua itu bahaya banget ya kalau sudah di
Kenji with the pull as well.
di apa namanya?
Rio gets the lamp blowout and Inishi finishes off the kill. Memi though is able to pick up
44%,
that capture on the right
40%.
lane. Gegego though sneaking over into the bad
Di tembok ini yang susah nih. Tembok yang ada Piper itu.
trying to play control
Kalau udah mati dicegat Sandy di situ udah susah.
going for some damage. Kenji encroaching though on Emperor's territory, and Queen Nine they're still in the lead here, so they're playing pretty well. Though we do saw Dempsey fall, and Emperor,
Ditarik
they gotta push it now. Great
dan
pull
dikeroyok.
from Milgrio followed by the lamp blowout, and this is a push from Emperor.
This is gonna be good here. Gegego just can't quite get
Buset, di kill semua sama Emperor ini. Hagego, ini Hagego ya? Hagego itu dari Jupiter bukan sih? Berarti Zeta itu udah bukan. Aku baru baca namanya loh. Lah Jupiter siapa aja di Jupiter berarti? Udah pecah berarti Jupiter ya? Ada perpecahan di tim Jupiter itu makanya berubah.
I want to cast this grand finals, whoever it's gonna be. Emperor are fighting with everything that they have to make sure it is them. Dempsey does not have the range. He is out in the
46 detik terakhir, kita lihat.
He is ripe for the taking. This could come to, I said it last time, it could come down to time at this point. 38 seconds left on the clock. Emperor don't really need to like lay out for the win here. If they're just landing good shots in mid, they can just tighten the noose slowly but surely.
Yeah, and this point is looking very dangerous too. Some hidden bear traps that I'm sure.
Oh my God,
Queen
look at
Nai
that.
is
That's a
kind
good
of
call.
oblivious to. Yeah, but look at all the dodges at mid, like Dempsey. Is
Bertahan di sini semua mereka nih.
Mimi is similar. Yep, here comes the clock, the countdown.
Tarikan-tarikan. Satu orang yang masih survive, masih ada ini bele-bele. Mati bele-bele. Congratulations Emperor. Melaju ke final round.
It's all over, folks. Emperor have upset Queen Nai Zeta Division in the top side.
Habis lihat championship langsung live sosis.
3-1 fashion by Tropa Suprema. The kings of East Asia fall. We come into this semi-final thinking this is Queen Nai's moment. They are the favorite teams to win here. This is looking like they could grab a big old sack of points and get on.
Serem banget ini.
Say no sir, not today.
Player-player ya.
Tropa Suprema do it. Why can't we? Why shouldn't we 3-1?
HGG Pon Kotsu menurut dulu satu tim sebelum masuk Jupiter. Iya, itu yang saya ingat aku ya. Terus mereka keluar dari Jupiter.
But this is going to be a brawl to the bitter end. I have no idea how to call this grand finals. This is going to be super fun to watch.
Kalau kayak gini nih agak berbahaya posisi untuk Emperor untuk bisa menang ya, karena waktu istirahatnya dikit.
What a story that was.
Sedangkan si Tropa Suprema ini udah istirahat agak lama ya. Bisa setengah jam mereka istirahat. Nah, Emperor baru selesai main cuma dikasih waktu 5 menit istirahatnya. Sama kayak waktu aku di Malaysia tuh, sumpah deh, parah banget ya. Karena ngejar-ngejaran itu, kejar-kejaran apa namanya? Kejar-kejaran selesaiin roundnya. Dulu itu aku turun dari pesawat ya, dari Jakarta sampai di Malaysia. Itu perjalanan agak jauh ya dari bandaranya ke lokasi ini pertandingannya. Tuh kayaknya bisa 1 jam, 1,5 jam gitu dia naik mobil ke tempat main eventnya. Sampai di sana belum nyampe ke hotel udah langsung disuruh ke tempat main event untuk ngetes inilah, untuk ngetes device, ngasih baju lah, ngasih inilah, foto lah, wawancara lah dan sebagainya. Malam tidur, pagi tanding. Parah banget. Pas tanding juga sama juga. Habis main lagi.
They can take that opportunity too. They know how to play both ways. This is a dangerous team on offense, on defense, playing safe, playing aggressive.
Live sosis bang. Rencananya habis ini ya. Jadi kita lihat aja partai finalnya ini ya. Di sini masalahnya udah jam 3:30 ya kawan-kawan ya. Dan aku harus selesai live itu berarti jam 6. Nah, kalau aku main sosis biasanya sampai 3 jam, 2,5 jam gitu. Karena kalau main sosis itu cuma satu jam, itu berarti cuma 2 kali main doang. Jadi males ya. Jadi live sosisnya kayaknya malam aja ya, setelah aku malam mingguan ya. Jadi kita gaskan aja main sosis sampai jam 1, jam 2 nggak apa-apa lah. Makanya hadiahnya duit bejibun. Bukan itu masalahnya, ini nama. Masalahnya nggak adil, Tropa Supremanya udah istirahat lebih lama daripada Emperor gitu loh. Halo Aswana Sution. Live sosis habis malam aja lah. Tapi kita lihat aja lah ini selesai jam berapa. Bang Mulur, Bang Storm, apa kabar kau nggak upload video? Mungkin lagi kurang sehat ya Isan ya. Masih kurang sehat Stormnya ya.
Let's get some more information on who stole the trophy.
The trophy. It's
Maybe you should ask someone who wasn't at the party that night.
Oke Isan. Jam berapa bang? Kurang tahu Rory ya. Nyalain aja notifikasinya Rory. Notifikasi ini. Lonceng ya. Biar kalau aku live ketahuan ya. Siapa? Kenapa? Tidak mampu laptopku sudah. Berat sekali. Tidak mampu, betulan. Tidak kuat sekali laptop itu.
Welcome back, Brawlers. Here we are. BS
Laptopnya Aymar itu saja.
Finals, and it is
Berapa dia?
exactly what we predicted, right?
Yep,
Makanya, mending kau tunggu saja.
forwarded a message. It is exactly
Okay.
what we expected. Queen Nai and of course Zeta facing off in the finals. Yeah, Jupiter. Woo! Wait, hold on.
Abang nonton apa Danis? Iya nonton ini loh. Aaron Mall Ryohei, Mikreo Hagego.
Listen, you know, I mean, here's the thing. Looking at Tropa Suprema,
No Tensai.
Aaron Paul, Ryohei, these guys real strong. Not too Emperor dirty, but if there were to be one upset, this is kind of the upset that I would have predicted, that topside one. Seeing the second one, that's just fun. That's thank you, Brawl Star Gods. Like that's what we want. Things like this. We'll take a look at some of the highlights that we've seen throughout the rest of the evening. And honestly, I mean, looking at how Tropa Suprema got here, like I said, this is a good example. Ryohei on the bottom side playing the Rico, just nasty, gnarly, just real strong, fun stuff to watch. And when you're playing with fire like that, it's real hard just to like stop you at all.
Yeah, it's you just kind of like get in this flow state, right? Look at some
Apa?
just boom right around the corner. That was absolutely beautiful. Zeta Division, they were here versus Tropa Suprema. I mean, we know how this one went down. Look how close it was towards the end, right? And this is how a lot of the match was. And every step of the way, we were like questioning the legitimacy of those wins. But Tropa Suprema, they managed to pull out the win. It was not a one-time occurrence. And here they are in the grand finals. And
Bosan.
I think
Iya lama nunggunya.
their win was a little bit different. It was a lot more convincing, but it also had to do with like the opponent they were up against, right? They're up against number 2, where not as skeptical of their prowess, but versus Tropa Suprema, I think it's going to be an excellent match. I'm thinking we'll go to set 5.
Yeah, I think that's what we're.
Ada ya? Ngasih makan kucing.
Suprema and Emperor certainly have set the table for us. And we're gonna go to Triple Dribble first, Canal Grand, and then Factory Rush, and then maybe Safe Zone and Ring of Fire. I have a feeling we'll see at least the Safe Zone. Brawl Ball starting us off though, and it's a fun one to go into right away. As we see Brawl Ball kind of like, I don't know, there's a lot of different levels to this one, Reddy, and Triple Dribble certainly a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Triple Dribble, you have these lanes on the left and right. Left lane is a little bit more open. You have the bushes that you can use as well. You're going to have some more long-range brawlers or mid-range brawlers on that lane. Also at mid, you got some shorter range brawlers. Same deal with the right lane. So those are the possibilities. Let's get a look at the bans as well. That way we can, get a better idea of what's going to be played here. Do we see the Max? Of course we see the Max ban.
But we don't.
But we see the Bell ban. Right, and the Stew and the Sprout bans as well. So Max out of the question, Bell out of the question. At last, I was kind of done with the Bell ban, right? But or I was kind of done with the Bell gameplay. Now we finally see the ban, right? Very powerful brawler, and we open up a lot more possibilities with that. We get a little bit more Piper possibilities when we need a long range sniper.
But we don't see the tank bans. Primo will be stepping right on up. Frank is still out there. We don't see Bull, but theoretically we can see the Bull. Like, we're gonna see Primo, and that. I mean, here's the thing: is that like when you have a character this strong? Because I think this is a result of what we were talking about earlier. And shout out to the chat, right down the middle, 49 to 51%. It's funny. If anything, I would expect Tropa Suprema to be the one with the 51%. But yeah, either way, that's about even for me. What I was saying was that like earlier today we were talking about like when the best character or what's perceived to be something really, when that's not banned, it's sort of like that blind ban chicken. They're gonna ban them out. I think both teams expected the enemy to ban Primo. And now here's the question is, how prepared against Primo are you? And the answer is, well, we just won't pick it. I almost think that's a mistake.
They're both playing primo counters though, right? We see Ryoki on the B, Aaron on the spike, and then we have Milkrio on the B, and the choice of Surge on Hagego, and then of course our two Barley's competing at mid. Though
Big opening.
Great momentum for Tropa Suprema, an easy seemingly first goal. Aaron gonna pop that one in the goal and will return to mid. And we already have supers on the side of Tropa Suprema. Emperor gonna have to fall right back, right off of the beginning of the pitch. And Nishi having to fall back. Ryoki pops down that honey pot, and so does Milkrio, but both fall pretty much immediately. Aaron keeping up the healing.
Spike OP ya gara-gara ininya ya, gadgetnya.
The ball is going to the side of Tropa Suprema now.
Aaron has been real strong in this game. The spike play has not only won the right lane, but also opened up the kill in the mid lane to get that first goal opening. Now though,
Binya tumbang.
the revenge wins on the left-hand side.
Surge-nya tumbang.
Aaron though gets the kill onto one, slows down, and that'll stop. Oh, and the kill on top.
Dua-dua tim kuat sih ini.
That's insane.
Iya.
Aaron's insane. Like,
Aaron Jepang ini juga serem banget, Aaron Jepang.
they couldn't do anything off of that, and the stop was already achieved. But I'm still here with the big ticket. That's fun to watch.
Search-nya belum dapat super loh.
Well, Tropa Suprema though
Search-nya belum dapat super udah jalan. Udah tinggal 30 detik lagi loh.
in the match
Udah jalan 2 menit pertandingan belum ada super search-nya.
might be ready with the teleport. No,
Nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain search-nya.
Mole gets taken down by Milkrio, and could we see the push from Emperor?
Mau upgrade level 2 aja udah kesusahan banget deh.
Down as much as I can. He doesn't use
Main game sosis nanti bang.
He's just
Iya
firing
kalau ini
away.
cepat selesai pengennya main sosis sih.
Big game changers here with the killer B. He actually goes straight for Hagego. Aaron
Ah,
falls
Barley-nya OP banget sumpah.
on
Barley-nya mode dewa. Serem bareng Barley-nya.
put it in the goal, and we have a tie game.
Kapan bang ikut gituan? Udah pernah. Dan udah enggak lagi.
Big plays.
Sementara ini udah enggak lagi.
Equalize things up on Brawl Ball. In the mid.
Di carry Barley loh. Search-nya
Down by Mole.
mati terus.
Time super available for Mole. Doesn't opt to shoot it from this distance.
Tapi dia masih ada teleport sih dia tuh.
50 seconds, it's a lot.
Ini baru match final beneran.
Yeah, let's see. Tropa Suprema.
Super dari B, nggak mengenai siapa-siapa.
Anyone, of course, we're talking about those Bs from Ryoki. Milkrio, though,
Which?
going to zone out Ryoki and pop the slow up.
Dipukul mundur.
But he can.
Search bahaya banget sih. Udah open field kayak gini ya.
No, it's not. But
IMP
Hagego
bisa menang kah?
ready to put this in the goal.
Masih ada gadget dari ini
So what's
Spike.
gonna happen?
Oh, tidak ada kesempatan.
Getting in the way. The pass
Dan kemenangan
goes in the
di match pertama ini untuk tim Emperor. Kucing jadi sama kucing kampung Rory.
Big stuff out of Emperor. Tropa Supremo looked like
Mau masuknya malam aja nanti lihat ya.
arguably the entire game minus the last like 25 seconds. Just real smooth from Emperor to take it off the top. This first goal has had me like, all right, this one's gonna be quicker than I thought. TS is just gonna do it, but maybe not.
Yeah, look at Tropa Suprema, like doing a really good job of defending, but Aaron just wasn't able to put out versus Nishi, right? Just shooting right over that spike, that little cactus, and it was just impossible. But here's the stat comparison.
Comeback bro, serem.
I mean, this is kind of
Di carry Barley, Barley serem banget loh.
move being used against Tropa Suprema. The winner is one with less kills, right? Fewer deaths as well, but I mean, I think this is a complete reversal here.
Fewer deaths is almost always the key. When I'm looking at the stat card, I look at kills, sure, absolutely. They're fun to watch, they're exciting, that's where we go, oh! But not dying is really, that means you're spending more time on the field, you're able to play more defense, you're able to lock down your lane. And so like, there are times when kills don't always, I mean, we saw it, I got excited about the spike kill, right? But nothing really mattered. Like, that second kill didn't matter, it was just extra stats, look cool to look at. But when you die, you open up your lane to get walked down, and it sounds like we're saying kind of the flip side of the same thing, but it's not. Not dying is much more important than getting kills, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree there too. Because, you know, if you're able to stay alive, then you're able to play for control. You're able to slow things down. You know,
Hei, apa ini? Itu dari sananya ya.
coming out.
Nah,
It's all
wah parah ini.
switching up though. Everything else remains the same. But Hagego
Bang gak ikut Championship lagi udah enggak Fadil Al-Hafiz.
in the last game. So, Travis Supreme, right? They got to put out versus this Gene now. It's
No search ya, diganti searchnya ya. Karena seperti yang kita bilang tadi, searchnya seperti aku bilang tadi, searchnya nggak bakal bisa ngapa-ngapain tadi. Dapat super aja enggak satu pertandingan penuh search.
Taking up.
Walaupun terakhir bisa ngasih assist buat gol ya.
Trying to deal. Interesting play here from Emperor though. They switch lanes.
Ini bi dari Tropa Suprema kayaknya tertekan banget sih.
Mid at all due to just the way the boxes are lined up.
Mikreo pakai star power pertama
Side, so
B-nya ini.
actually land some shots. Problem is Aaron's landing the shots as well.
Terpojok Jin.
Not enough to get the kill just yet.
Dan di sini juga siapa namanya Aaron ganti star power ya, dia pakai yang muter-muter aja ya. Biar agak sulit untuk dihindari.
Emperor though keeping up a good.
Main bareng siapa bang? Ntar main sosis, main bareng penonton kayaknya.
And let's see what Aaron's able to muster.
Semoga ya, semoga Jay
Surprising to see the wall. Aaron's gonna make use of it going down though to heal himself.
semoga Jay lagi nggak ngajak biar bisa mabar sama. Kalau dia ngajak harus diterima ya, karena
Kind of impact that makes in overtime because I do
keuntungan buat aku juga tentunya,
at this rate it's very even mid fight. It gets kind of close.
bukan ini.
At sometimes, but you know, it is more or less a stalemate. Ryogi looks for the killer be on the left lane. Milcreo not gonna let it happen though. Milcreo the master.
Kalau dia ngajak kan bisa nambah-nambah subscriber aku kan, biar orang bisa lebih kenal lagi channel aku. Makanya kalau dia ngajak harus aku terima.
Gets hit on Ryogi. Is Ryogi gonna go down in this question? That might be the decider in this situation.
Might just be 15 seconds on the clock. Emperor looking for the win. If they take the win,
Masih 0-0 ya.
set. And overtime guaranteed here. So like ready with a loop.
Bahaya banget udah. Kalau udah open field kayak gini ada Jin soalnya. Ini Emperor menang nih, 1-0 nih. Ada Jin soalnya.
It's like
Oke, Jinnya mati tapi.
there you can actually pop it down to.
Jin nggak bisa dilawan kalau udah open field kayak gini.
There's actually some real thoughts for the big cactus here, but ultimately just
Nih ya,
kind of take
datang Jinnya nih ya. Kacau semuanya Jin datang karena nggak ada yang bisa nge-heal di ini.
Travis Supremo
Nggak ada yang bisa nge-heal kecuali Spike durinya ini.
curveball is able to make in terms of impact on this mid fight. Once again though, Emperor pushing up
Mati B-nya tapi.
the ball, but he's not gonna be able to do much with it. He has the pull available.
Tarikan yang sangat baik
Here comes Mo.
dari Hagego. Go.
Diego trying to make something out of this.
Ada ini, ada kaktus. Wah, imbang bro.
Not able to get the kill from the gadget. The clock takes it down. It's a 2v2 here. Aaron gets tapped once. Ryogi not gonna get hit by the killer bee yet. Here is the super from Mole, but it looks like it's gonna be a tie game unless we see Aaron with the pass. No, he's not able to grab the ball just yet. No, and Tropa Suprema still down one game here. Emperor in the lead with one.
can't
Ini baru partai final. Kayaknya sosis malam deh, nggak bisa
move there.
nggak bisa sekarang deh. Malam nih sosisnya.
Stalemate's just certainly tough to really break. You're almost guaranteed the overtime, and then you don't really have. Actually, I'll ask that question. I mean, do the teams have a plan for overtime? Because from where I'm sitting, it doesn't really look like it. Sometimes you see the teams like you can see the strategy, you can see the composition, and go, okay, once everything blows up, they're going to do this sort of thing. This overtime looked like both teams were unprepared.
Yeah, but and we saw like something come out of it, right? We saw the spike. Curveball was able to, sort of do better than in, the normal game with all those obstacles.
Sumpah on fire banget ya.
Not really much changed when we hit overtime. It was just a result of, neither team were really making that much of a push during the game. I would say it really comes down to the individual lane matchups because that is what this game was. It seemed to me like it was individual lanes being played by individual players rather than one team playing against the other team. And
Nggak ngadain turnamen kecil-kecilan bang. Nanti 17 Agustus ya. Mau nggak jadi kayak mini games ya. Atau mungkin ada mini gamesnya, ada turnamennya juga. Agak gede juga sih tapi.
We'll jump right on in here.
El Primo keluar, tapi El Primo menjadi bulan-bulanan. El Primo jadi bulan-bulanan, supernya nambah terus tapi.
So all of a sudden,
Sweet, tarikan. Sweet. Double thrower dari Emperor. Apakah bisa? Di sini B-nya pasti akan melawan El Primo ya. El Primo dipakai ya. Sana siang kan di Jepang. beda 2 jam ya, lebih cepat 2 jam. Di sana udah mau maghrib malah ini.
That's the strat with Primo. Is you're just a big wall of health, right? You're just a super.
Kok ada bunyi hujan? Karena hujan.
Get the free super. Aaron gets the free
El Primo udah ada super. Wih, stick sekali tembak mati. Tarikan pun dari Jin udah ada nih. Tinggal narik, bro.
gets too aggressive. Any of these squishy brawlers is going to be able to get the guaranteed kill. Already flashing that super. He wants to hit it on Milk.
Shoot.
Aaron is ready with the super as well. They're just stacking on top of each other. We'll see what Mole's able to make of this.
Digertak-gertak nggak takut ya.
And
Binya
here comes
tumbang.
Aaron. Milk Rio goes down. So does the
Ada kepala, double thrower tersisa di sini. Tarikan masih ada juga.
Cole and Ryogi still have their supers, and Emperor, they are not ready with theirs, but they're still keeping
Apakah Tropa Suprema akan menang?
is really
Menjadi satu sama.
gonna be slowing down the pace of this game.
Yeah, the tick right there.
Oh, mati. Jebol ini jebol.
happening there. Aaron
El Primo ada super loh itu.
is able to get kind of countered. Had the ball.
Ih,
trying to get
ngapain El Primo-nya?
passes it directly to Anishi. And fantastic play for now. And
Mau simpen super dia. Dia mau simpen super biar untuk ini,
dying after the
untuk ngejar gol kedua.
on the side of Emperor. As we count down
Jadi dia mau jalan aja, ternyata kepalanya Tik malah nggak ke Jin, malah ke dia.
Yeah, another thing is that Tropa Suprema is going to be at a disadvantage once the walls break down because they have Aaron over
Yep.
here on the Primo, right? Not that there's anything wrong with Aaron. It's just a Primo pick, right? As we head into overtime,
Melompat tinggi, bro.
Milk Rio getting taken down, and she is the next to fall.
Nggak ada harapan.
Aaron, and
Dan
it's a
gol.
done deal.
Nice, satu sama. Ayo.
Seconds
Oke.
remaining for Emperor to pick up a goal, but I don't think it's going to happen. Aaron already jumping in, gets instantly denied by the last hurrah, but didn't even really matter. Change that super and Tropa
This is
Suprema.
big.
They have the game.
just not enough time here. Not enough time here to get it.
Satu sama.
Oh boy, I mean that was if there were 20 more seconds in the game, maybe 10 more seconds in the game, we see a tie there. But now we go to game 3, just like that.
Ini pertandingan berimbang banget nih, nggak bisa nih.
Where is it? It's on the corner. It's on the enemy side of the map. Mole is
Nggak bisa live sosis kita ini.
where to put the ball, how to score a goal, right? to win the game. Love a little bit of BM, right? I mean, it's psychological warfare, right? It's like a respected form of battling just by having the disrespect.
TS bukannya Team
This
Secret.
was
Apa Team
almost
Secret?
a push there. And you know, maybe some of us thought this was the closest that Tropa Suprema was gonna come, or really just that anyone was gonna come for the entire game. It's been one stalemate after the other, but here comes Aaron, right, picking up that goal. Tropa Suprema with amazing control with the Primo, and here comes Aaron, right? Most of these brawler spikes so far, we've seen a couple of games where he's not playing the Primo, but the Primo definitely came in clutch, right? 16% of the team damage. I guess it says a little bit. Well, I mean, no, he's a team player, though. He's a team player.
It's about the utility that
Yeah.
Spike brings. If it wasn't for that big cactus, maybe
big
we need to
cactus.
see a little bit more damage from from the Spike play next time around. But the Primo worked out, and as we move into the third one, we'll see how things kind of change up. I maintain that, you know, jokes aside, that big cactus.
Team Secret dari game Dota 2, Bang.
During overtime in the top left corner, we did see a moment where Aaron was able to drop it down.
Bang, malam live Brawl Stars.
Kinda like tossed things out.
Belum tahu ya, malam live sosis aja kayaknya ya.
But, okay,
Agak susah. Aku udah nggak kompetitif, aku udah nggak nge-push trofi. Jadi aku nggak bisa terus. Buset, Mortisnya serem banget. Beda TS-nya ini. Di sini Tropa Suprema ya. Suprema, sorry. Gila ini Mortis, bukan Mortis Muller nih, bro. Ih, El Primo-nya menggila, cuy. Bacokan demi bacokan akan hadir. Super dikeluarkan dan lagi di sini Rio Hari akan menjemput bolanya dan membacok, cok. Tidak mau memberikan kesempatan untuk El Primo menginjak kepalanya. Tarikan ke arah Poco dan Poco harus tumbang, bang. Yang membeda dari kedua tim ini hanyalah Poco dan Jin. Kita lihat di sana, Aaron sudah memberikan sedikit super dan mencoba untuk melaju ke arah gawang, tapi masih harus tumbang. Dan di sini kita lihat Morticia langsung double kill dan bisa menceploskan bola ke gawang tim Emperor. 1-0 keunggulan untuk tim
Thanks for taking
TS.
Recuperate for a moment, like Corey said, you know, take a deep breath. I died there.
Tropa Suprema.
Wow, okay, care to fill us in?
Kalah Mortis, bro.
What happened for the
Beda skill Mortisnya, bro.
amazing plays there from a Primo and Mort. That was like that was insane to see like right off the beginning. And we see the
Mortisnya ngamuk.
He just going insane, picking up kills left, right, and center. He wasn't able to get the ball in the goal after that entire, you know, sort of performance, but it was still remarkable.
Mortisnya ngamuk.
Like that's my official take on that one. Game number 1, we see Aaron kind of do their thing and just go ahead and, you know, score it, and then there. Oh, this was the one that was the answer. My mistake. Game number 2 was kind of the one shot where the
Mortis mode dewa emang.
Okay, everybody just goes kind of crazy, puts everything up, and for as long and drawn out as the other 2 games were, this one went by so incredibly fast, and it was honestly like real strong play from Rio. Usually I'm giving him credit on.
Buset, masih live aja bang. Tadi aku barusan aja makan. Wih, halo Rehan Maulana, nobar soalnya ya. Kalau nggak nobar udah dari tadi selesai. Mortis yang mode dewa loh. 5 kill. Mati enggak loh itu, lihat. Matinya 0 loh. 0 tuh. Mati 0. 5 kill. Sama-sama Jepang ya. Serem. Ih.
Right, the other thing is, you know, you combine Poco with Mortis, that's really the main way that he's going to be able to function. He has to have the external healing source, especially when you're running the coiled snake rather than creepy harvest.
Sure.
People sleep on
Coba Mortis random kayak gitu.
it's able to keep him alive. We'll be heading into
Mortis random mah bawa bola terus. Nggak mikir apa-apa, pokoknya bolanya diambil terus diputer-puter, berharap kita ngekill terus dia tinggal jalan ke gawang. Mortis random kayak gitu ya kerjanya. Jadinya malah 2 lawan 3, berharap kita menang 2 lawan 3 terus dia jalan ke gawang gitu.
I would absolutely love a rad boy surfboard. That would be the coolest thing just ever. Because I mean it would remind me of all my friends.
Bang, review Dinosaurus Leon kapan? Paling rilis besok ya. Rilis besok paling ya. Malam ini paling aku rekaman ya. Dino Leon iya kawan ya kawan. Besok ya, besok. Aku lupa rekamannya. Semalam capek banget. Aku live sosis itu 3 jam semalam ya. Jadi habis live itu masih belum mengantuk aku. Cuma aku harus baring, capek duduk terus ya. Kursiku keras soalnya, bro. Nah, ini kayaknya agak barbar nih. Masih awal udah 4-2 nih. Tropa Suprema unggul di sini kawan-kawan.
The players are playing this map as if it's sideways, you know what I mean? Instead of playing
5k subscriber botak lagi bang. Iya Abdul.
Everyone's just kind of playing mid across the canal. Not the way we usually see things done on this map. And one player from Emperor just kind of stuck up in the top, so we have a 3v2.
Wah, Sandy-nya udah mendekat, bahaya banget nih. Tapi ditarik loh. Kepala ke Byron. Byron masih self-up ini. Jinnya bakal digas nih. Wah, aku jadi kangen lebaran pas lihat ini. Ini supernya Sandy ya. Allah Akbar. Gempa. Gempa terus balonnya loh. Mana kenceng banget lagi.
Suffocation and surrounding of the enemy. Aaron is actually going to get this pole. And Tropa Suprema, they're pretty much going to trade sides with Emperor here. Or no, they're going to stay in that same position. But Tropa Suprema keeps on racking up kills and Emperor just isn't able to respond.
Oke, udah. Oh my goodness. Mantap sekali Tropa Suprema.
It's not over. There's so much more Brawl Stars to be played, even just for this set. Going back to the games that we saw earlier in quarters and semis, Ryohei is one of my most, I don't know if I want to say improved brawlers of all, of our series here, because he's always been pretty strong. But the way Ryohei has been stepping up for his team this month is in.
Iya, gempa, habis gempa Palu.
Like, oh my goodness gracious. Like, this guy is just playing out of his mind.
Gempa.
To be fair to the whole squad, everybody kind of stepped
Ngeri banget loh Palu gempa ini. Gempa terus aja.
the rest of the team were almost
Kamu tinggal di mana? Di Palu, Sulawesi Tengah.
Leo is just really making it happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's there on Sandy, right? And he's there specifically to, assist the Gene and just be a good accent to the Gene pool, right? Because when you get the Gene pool, Gene's able to put out some pretty good DPS, but he's not going to be able to 3-shot everyone in the game. You got to have like a high DPS, very bursty brawler to assist, and that is exactly the role that Ryohei fills here. The other thing, though, is he's, got to consistently get damage outside of that specific scenario, right? Get good wall peaks. You got to have good mechanics and good movement for that. And then also just strategic placement of the Sandstorm. Of course, we're talking, just Sandy here, but that's really because we'll probably see it again here on Canal Grand.
Udah 2 kali aku live gempa ini.
Switch up from Trophy Suprema, but Emperor completely turning things around. It is the complete long-range comp. What on earth is Trophy Suprema gonna do versus this?
I mean, this is exactly what I would have done if I was, well, I don't know if this is what I would have done if I was Emperor. Basically, Tropa was like, listen, we're just gonna brawl.
Bang, tau Ben 17 nggak? Tahu lah.
Maybe if we keep them at bay. The problem is,
Sini bang, tinggal di Jawa Timur.
at bay. Tropa
Ya, aku kota asal aku di sini. Rumah di sini. Semuanya di sini.
lands one themselves.
Kalau aku ke Jawa Timur tinggal di mana aku, Bro?
Yep, Milk Rio is
Apa ini? Allah. Allah.
does pop off
Bukan dari aku loh itu.
rocket fuel
Kalau ngeframe kayak gitu jaringan. Bukan dari aku loh.
trying to get to
Aku kan nonton dari YouTube.
super out,
Harusnya mulus-mulus aja dari mereka nih.
or at least retreat. Ryohei now pushing up the left side. Aaron's trying to get the next
1-8 Emperor di sini unggul menggunakan triple sharpshooter, double sharpshooter ditambah dengan support.
short work. The Emperor still comfortably leading.
Wih, Pipernya 5 bintang, Bro.
And Aaron is still trying to get his first super.
Gimana cara ngalahin Pipernya coba?
Some chip shots on the
Nggak bakal bisa masuk.
and feed it, but that's really all that he's going to be able to do. The other challenge is
Makanya dia harus bawa Brock ya Pipernya karena buat ngancurin tembok dulu.
Tough stuff here for Tropa. And
Bareng si Roba.
they're not really killing it right now. Emperor doing a much better job. And there's more stars in their direction. 12-4 at the moment.
Gimana nih penyelenggara nih?
yeah,
Patah-patah,
Emperor
bro.
up the defense, Mole trying to make whatever he can out of this, but really in this situation it just looks like Emperor, they completely outcomped Tropa Suprema, and it could have
Satu sama. Kita lihat perubahan tim Tropa Suprema ya, yang bakal pakai apa sih ini buat ngalahin Emperor nih.
Instantly upon the game starting. It's an Emperor game without a doubt, and we're going to be going 1-1 here in set number 2. And I think this is when we see the mirror match come out, right? It's all the long range brawlers.
Piper yang ngeri banget, Bro.
Trying to bait out the long range comp from Tropa Suprema, and this is when they pull out like the Rosa and the Pogo, something kind of dirty, right? Something very tricky to guarantee themselves a win.
I like that thought process actually, kind of like the I'm thinking what you're thinking, what I'm thinking, what you're thinking type deal. That might be the do. And for Tropa, I mean, that would be an interesting kind of look here to kind of mess around with what they're trying to figure out and go in that direction. But if I'm Tropa, I think I might just stick to what I'm doing right now and kind of keep on keeping on.
Yep, take a look at this.
Bang, lu milih tim mana? Nggak pilih mana-mana. Server mungkin tuh, Bang. Nggak tahu juga ya. Tapi masalahnya muncul jaringan berarti jaringan si penyelenggara nih. Bang, pertarungan kota super udah rilis di Brawl Stars. Oh, oke. Berarti udah jam 3. Udah jam 4 sih. Nggak pilih tim mana-mana aku.
If they're able to predict this comp from Tropa Suprema once again, then this is going to be a guaranteed victory for them pretty much.
Guaranteed victory is always tough to call, but like you might be on the
Halo Jerome BS. Yo kawan-kawan, dibantu like-nya, dibantu subscribe dan share-nya juga biar makin rame channel ini kawan-kawan ya.
Sometimes you can outsmart yourself and kind of go too big brain.
Halo Sapi Liar, halo Jerome.
Like if you change too much, it might be kind of a problem there and it might be an issue.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You kind of get in your enemy's head, and then what are they thinking? What are we thinking? And then it gets too convoluted, and yeah, you end up just psyching yourself out. We talked about this. It is the game of whose cup has the poison, right? Well, I wouldn't drink from your cup, and you wouldn't drink from my cup. Blah blah blah. Okay, we've had enough. Just play the game, right? Pick a good comp. Don't necessarily go completely for the counter comp. Play something safe. But we are in set number 2 and game number 3, and if this one as well, goes the way of the leading team, then it's gonna be pretty tough.
I mean, it will. It absolutely will.
Tangan Muller bertato, enggak. Ini cahaya. Nah.
I mean, at the end of the day, they've got to figure out. I think their own.
Dukung siapa bang? Nggak dukung siapa-siapa. Yang penting seru aja. Nah, kalau penonton dukungnya ini nih. TS Tropa Suprema 53% ya. Emperor 47%.
And sometimes if what you're good at is better than the actual strategy, that is a dangerous, you don't want to die on that hill, so to speak. You don't want that to be your last remaining motto, but every now and then just going to what you're.
Yang mau join membership bisa cek deskripsi kawan-kawan.
But team wise, what's our best comp? Just play that.
Dan juga yang mau donate bisa juga ada link Saweria juga di deskripsi. Tanya ke YouTube bang, kenapa gak ada notifin dulu 1 minggu Bika gak ada notif channel lu? Gak tahu. Aneh-aneh juga sih YouTube.
Looks like people are more feeling Tropa Suprema now. It was very close, right? And we were expecting Tropa Suprema to be narrowly in the lead, and now they are, right? And this is looking pretty good for Tropa Suprema. Emperor, right? Still though.
Ayo, Tropa Suprema ini bakal ganti apa dia nih?
It's gonna be tied up. We can pretty much erase that win from Tropa Suprema off of the records, and we'll head into our third set to deal with that later.
Yeah, we certainly will. Right now we're kind of hanging out for a little bit. We're trying to see what we can do as far as remaking the next match, next game. Players trying to figure out the best case scenario for their individual play performances.
Yeah, so I think.
Bang, Brawl apa sudah dilupakan? Nggak ada Brawl yang dilupakan.
Upsets all the way across the board today, and really the most upsetting that it could be is I think if Emperor takes it because Tropa Suprema they're
Kayaknya minta ngulang nih bang. Kayaknya ya. Kayaknya ini lagi protes nih. Gara-gara diam-diam tadi tuh nge-lag tadi tuh.
Emperor, maybe not so much. We've seen them before, right? We've seen these players before. All familiar faces, but they just haven't accumulated the points yet. So for Tropa Suprema, it's much more realistic. But they're gonna have to earn it. They're gonna have to earn their spot. They're already at top 3, but they got to get the top 2.
I mean, they earned their spot to make it to the finals. I think that's a big deal. Getting this far is absolutely something that you've got to put your hands together for. But kind of
lihat dulu di Discord aduh nggak bisa, mereka dibuatin server sendiri, dibuatin channel sendiri mereka.
But you really got to be able to trade those points in for the teddy bear behind the cage if you actually want to make the impact. And so you look at these teams, you look what they're able to do. So that's really what you're looking for, is the ability to actually kind of convert. And that's what we're going to do here. So real quick, players are experiencing some issues in the game. We're going to convert those from issues into good things. Emperor. Tapi
susah juga kalau mau diulang, yang protes yang Emperor pasti. Nggak diulang yang protes TS. Jadi gimana nih? Nah kan, iklan kan? Lagi protes nih mereka nih. Show game bro, no, he is a real time. No. Okay, first time, have a good. Nanti apa ini? Apa? Nggak ada chat-chatnya, terus kita bahas. Tadi si Wina menang bang, jam 2:30 berhenti live. Sholat asar dulu bang, iya selesai ini Rayhan Maulana ya. Lu tiap-tiap hari kan? Iya, tiap hari Benson namu ya.
Is that who I am?
La 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 la. Videos. Mau harus jadiin short ini. Tuh lama partai final nih. Boom. Berarti skinnya Mortis dari situ ya? Buset. Skin Mortis itu kan baru rilis season ini, tapi skin Mortis itu udah pernah dikonsep dari dulu itu, bro. Dari video itu ya. Video Robo Spike ini malah. Nah, banget gamenya mulai, iya. Aku nggak tahu kenapa skin ini mahal-mahal ya. Skin mecha ini, what's so special dari skin mecha ini? Apa yang spesial dari mecha biru sama mecha orange dari Boy ini? Biasa banget. Soalnya efeknya sama aja dengan yang 10.000 star point ya.
We're in the middle of what could be the biggest upset of the entire BSC, and honestly, it's already kind of on the way. We had some issues for a moment, but hopefully those issues have subsided as we jump on in here. Tropa Suprema versus Emperor.
Oke, nggak diterima.
Expected to be here in our
Nggak diterima ini ya.
Right now, Tropa Suprema has the big boy lead with one set to none, and at the moment, it's about tied up.
Yep, Tropa Suprema and Emperor looking pretty clean here so far. We do see Mole hanging on to that blue star. Tropa Suprema, they're just gonna have to hold back here. It is like a complete reversal, actually, F-Dot. It's like we've seen the outrage comp now played by Tropa Suprema. Emperor now completely outraged, with the exception of Inishi here on the Piper. Moldo has the advantage of all of these bushes on his side and the wall break as well. Another kill coming in. Aaron.
Bye bang, mula kamu ngetes HP oke.
Milk Rio. Now, it's not necessarily a prime target. Ryo's going to go for the kill. Aaron trying to just trap him in that corner. Ryo's though distracted with Hagego, who's a much more present threat. Emperor
Dihancurin mapnya sama ini.
comes the wall break as
Sama
well, and the kill on the
Brock.
but it's not gonna be much.
Tapi Jinnya mati.
Just a drop.
Piper juga nggak bisa maju loh dari Emperor ya.
Milk Rio and Tropus Prima running back with the lead in the last 40 seconds.
About a half a minute to go here in a very
Iya, ayo lo. Tinggal beda 3. Tinggal beda 3.
from the Gene on red
Ayo lo.
as it was over 10 gems now.
Tinggal beda 3, ayo lo. Sandy maju selesai kalian ya. Bahaya banget nih buat tim Tropa Suprema.
They can keep it up.
Yep, Aaron backed into the right.
30 detik terakhir.
Here's the homemade recipe from Anishi, though it doesn't make
Mati Brocknya. Mati.
from Anishi and another kill. Emperor, are they going to be able to run it back? Rio, he needs the kill. Here's the pull. And
Wah, comebacknya luar biasa. Gara-gara anggap remeh loh. Makanya gak usah anggap remeh.
Emperor
Tropa Suprema akhirnya 1 sama skornya.
tied up here on the match score.
Insane. Oh wow.
Ribut tadi abang match iya.
Upset after upset after upset. I don't even know if I call Emperor versus Tropa Suprema an upset, but the comeback is really more what I'm talking about here. Like out of nowhere, the ability to just come on through.
Padahal unggul banyak banget loh tadi tuh.
Really, really impressive. That was the play of the game right there. Milk Trail grabbing the one player, and then I straight up asked you, can they hold on? And the answer, absolutely not. Aaron falls down. Nobody can really. You can see how hard Tropa was going in. Piper jumping forward and couldn't get it done.
I think what happened here is Tropa, they kind of like backed up too fast. Maybe they were just too willing to give room to Emperor because they saw the clock was ticking down and they're like, okay, you know, we can outrange them, right? Let's bait them in. They have short range. They're going to be walking right into us. But Emperor, they're just dodging out the shots. And Tropa Suprema, they're getting stuck around these corners. So it was a really good game for Tropa Suprema until the very end when we see Emperor completely take back that lead. Here's a stat comparison as well. Well, obviously in the lead here, right? But Anishi, you know, stealing those stars. You know, those late game kills are going to be more valuable than the early game 2 stars that you get from each kill from some sort of target that has not gotten a kill yet. So that is Bounty done and dusted. We'll be getting into our next map pretty soon here, and definitely going to see different comps. We'll see how the bands play into it as well. Factory Rush, it's going to be a long range map once again. We are going to see the Piper. Fortunately, Bell is banned here as well, so that is going to provide some easier time getting the easier time getting the offenses, not with the defenses, but this is also that map where you can get some nice plays with the Lou on defense.
Yeah, should be some interesting looks again. Oh, again, reminder that we won't see our friend here, but we will see the tanks. And again, this is one of those maps and game modes where Frank is a big deal, Primo is a big deal, and you can absolutely see these teams come and bring them out. And we'll see a Frank at the very least. Frank on the right-hand side.
Ada Frank lagi ya.
Usually they
Dulu Frank OP sih, tapi
but Frank's just walking forward and trying to
emang sih Frank cuma jalan-jalan aja.
here, which I mean, if you
Cuma ada super. Oh, mantep banget Pipernya coy. Karena lagi muter-muter bisa ditembak loh.
Not good in these situations.
Oke, map makin hancur udah.
It's not a close range scenario because the only way he's able to get good DPS is if he's able to constantly hit that pickaxe against a wall, and that is not what he was able to get.
Buset, kayaknya Franknya lebih tebel daripada robotnya.
Defense from Emperor, but the challenge is going to be the retake. Hagego letting him get just one.
Frank sendirian lawan robot ini loh, nggak ada damage.
Yeah, onto the save, and Emperor going to be running it back.
Bagus juga Sandy di buronan. Ya map yang tadi ya, nggak semua map.
What?
Aaronnya kena stun tapi masih bisa kabur. Barley-nya sama-sama mati.
zipped out of there but was stunned mid animation and actually let the run go off.
Ini supernya lu untuk menghalang robot masuk ini. Wow.
Big stun.
Agak sia-sia ya karena dua player dari tim Emperor itu bisa ngancurin tembok ya. Tapi masalahnya mereka belum mendapatkan robot satupun. Piper menjaga.
Yeah, well,
Ih,
he's gonna
buset.
get the herbal tonic.
Lihat loh, robotnya nggak bisa maju sama Frank.
Easier
Akhirnya Franknya tumbang kawan-kawan. Dan mereka akan masuk. Barley-nya harus di take down. Karena kalau enggak, damage-nya tinggi banget. Sayang banget tadi Barley-nya nahan-nahan super. Tapi itu bukan menjadi masalah. Karena
was obviously going to be
fokusnya sekarang ada di baut. Ngumpulin baut.
Tropa Suprema needs to pick up the bolts here. We see Aaron pick
Double stun, tapi 2 kali gadget dikeluarkan oleh Frank di sana. Frank nggak bisa untuk mengambil satu buah baut. Nah, kita lihat nih. Robot terakhir nih. Aaron udah nggak punya gadget, mencoba untuk take down Frank di sana. Nah, nih. Hancur. Lewat robotnya nih. Nah kan, lewat robotnya kan. Emperor di sini akan memberikan damage yang cukup tinggi dan kemenangan untuk Emperor di match pertama di mode siege ini ya. Itu bahayanya ya. Karena lunya supernya bakal sia-sia karena ada 2 wall breaker dari tim Emperor yang seperti aku bilang awal-awal tadi ya. Jadi pas temboknya hancur, supernya kayak nggak ada gunanya. Robotnya pasti lewat. Karena kayak jalan lurus gitu aja robotnya. Luar biasa. Dan defense-nya luar biasa juga sih. Lah masih live. Halo, ada Ilham, ada Kurniawan, Ananto, Krista Wardana. Halo juga. Yo, dibantu like, subscribe, share-nya kawan-kawan biar makin rame. Channel ini biar makin rame ya. Emperor mainnya comeback gitu terus ya. Caster so cute mana bang? Nggak ada caster so cute. Caster so cute nggak dipakai untuk region-region yang rame ya. Hanya dipakai di regionnya kita aja ya. Regionnya kita banyak player bagus tapi nggak rame playernya. Pendaftarnya nggak rame. Caster so imut ya. Ngeselin banget. GG well played. Itu aja terus ngomongin sama dia. GG well played. Bijil. Mainnya begitu ya, nempel-nempel gitu mainnya. Bagaimana nih? Ini kombinasi apa sih ini? Ini strategi apa yang dimainkan oleh tim ini Emperor nih? Ini ada orang, ada Daryl. Terstun tuh, mundur dulu. Apa yang dimainkan, gaya main apa yang dimainkan oleh tim Emperor ini? Aku bingung. Mortis gunanya buat ngumpulin doang. Kamu kalau main Mortis di search jangan main di Mortis di search. Jangan terlalu fokus ngekill kecuali ada thrower ya. Ini kayak Barley ini bisa di kill ya sama dia, tapi karena posisinya agak jauh ya. Main Mortis di siege ya fokusnya ngumpulin ini aja, bolt ini aja. Wow, kena 2 doang. Ini double heal ya. Ini double heal ya. Oh ini gaya double heal. Oh makanya mereka nempel-nempel terus. Awalnya tadi nih lihat. Jin sama anjing saling nge-heal soalnya. Tapi kayak nggak ada gunanya loh. Satu sama. Strategi buruk.
That first push was a strange one because it kind of looked to me like Emperor was trying something that was obviously not going to work. Like, why did they all go on the left lane?
Aku tinggal HP ku bang, mau ambil minum.
50% of the team damage, but I mean,
Aku nahan kencing ini.
right?
He got a couple of
67
important
DPS.
pulls.
Yeah, he got 1 kill, 1 death. He's a very neutral guy. But of course, you know, it's really the teamwork that matters here, right? Getting the pull and then
Nggak bisa ditahan. Kencing dulu.
I think the Mort was really impactful here for control at mid on some targets that are like pretty vulnerable, such as Barley, right? They're very susceptible to Mortis. So overall, I think good picks coming out from Tropa Suprema this time. But once again, it's a 1-1 game, and we might see the set go either way.
I honestly, I feel like Emperor has the upper hand right now, but foolish is the person that discounts Tropa Suprema. I wanted that to sound a lot more poetic than it actually did. But yeah, don't doubt this team is what I'm trying to say, folks. Sometimes you just got to be a caveman. This team good, even if not expect. Let's see them do good or bad. Because I think Emperor is certainly giving them a hard task to deal with, but Tropa Suprema beat the team formerly known as Jupiter. So what can't they do?
Exactly, right? It's like just kind of surprises all the way across the board today, and that's what really keeps us on the edge of our seat throughout this entire time. Is like we have had our expectations subverted so many times that we literally do not know what to expect out of the next game, and that's why every single moment is so exciting for us. Ryohi once again pulling out the Mort, but it's going to be Hagego on L Brown. Anishi on the left lane. We see the two brawlers on the left lane from both sides actually. Aaron going to take some major damage, but don't see the kill from Anishi. It was just a little bit too little damage to take down Aaron, and is going to be a Tropa Suprema bot to start us off.
Primo might be the, arguable best character right now. A lot of people say #1 brawler is El Primo, but for this game mode specifically, I still look to Frank. I think the stun is really important, and okay. So just a trust of the bot for round 1 sort of deal. Ryohi coming in and getting some kills just to open up this mid lane space. This is where Primo needs to make his money though. Locking down bolts and mid. And I'm not seeing that happen.
Yeah, see, I like Primo for collecting the bolts. Also, Primo's like a hard counter to Frank, so Hagego is just like literally magnetized to Aaron. He like hardly cares about the objectives. Tropa Suprema, they're still gonna secure the level 6 siege bot. Emperor pretty soon gonna match that that 6 bolt. Yeah, that is kind of an oops right there, as Aaron did snag the kill. Milkrio gonna have to pick up the defense. Hagego gonna get a really nice bit of work in on the bot. Here comes Ryohi trying to get the kill, and
Giant.
wait, what a colossal pull there from Milkrio to get that bot off. Tropa Suprema, they're not gonna be able to go for the 1 push that they really wanted, and this is actually like free mid control for Emperor. Very, very, very free, and they're gonna get all of the bolts and all of the trimmings for this final push. Aaron doesn't even have a super. Hagego, once again, going to be magnetized to this guy. Mole is going to have to help out here. Mole is going to get taken down. Hagego with the double kill as well. And Nishi actually the one to finish that off. Here's the final siege by Aaron, though, is making his way over to the save. Hagego's not able to get in time. He has the assistance from Milkrio. And here is the wall break from Hagego to open up the... Never mind.
No.
What?
Oh, that's a big oops. That's a big oops. It might be a game-losing oops. The bot's stuck in the mud, and Tropa moves on to win the game. Oh, you. Listen, I always like to say I'm the bad guy. I like to see when players get stomped. I like to see when upsets happen. Nobody likes to see a giant blunder like that. Oh, my heart goes out to that squad, because that was objectively the wrong move, and Primo lost the game for Emperor, just straight up. Sorry, that hurts.
I have no words. Let's get a look at the highlights though, because maybe that'll allow us to forget the pain of the final moment. Ouch, dude. Yeah, this is when we saw Hagego, right, do what we expected him to do, which is break open the wall with this super, and not go for the Ike, right?
Yeah.
And that was acceptable in that situation, right? It might have been really impactful on the Ike, but yeah, I mean, here's Tropus Prima going all in on that save, and Aaron with an amazing move to take it down, right? That was game number 2, Tropus Prima taking it back, and we're like, okay, you know, Tropus Prima, they got this, they got this. Then here comes Emperor with the Colossal defense, picking up all the volts at mid, and we're like, okay, now it's an Emperor game. Oh no, they're, yeah, okay, fortunately they didn't show it. Ouch, yeah, Aaron does get the stun, and I wonder what exactly was the thought process going. Oh, yeah, it looks like he got stunned before pressing the gadget for the asteroid belt is what happened. Unfortunate. Yeah, he was running asteroid belt to break open the wall, and then he got stunned before he could use it. That is so unfortunate. So, yeah, but I mean, I guess every now and then things like that happen, right? He was just going completely all in. They had a large damage deficit to pick up there. Here we go. Yeah, the slow-mo.
Yeah.
Asteroid belt was imminent, and he just wasn't able to pop it off.
Yeah, I mean, listen, even Michael Jordan missed shots, even Babe Ruth struck out, right? Like, that's, you know, at the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes, you know, and we're not going to dunk on it. Ooh, maybe that's the wrong term, and I'll dunk on him, because he missed the dunk.
Ouch, dude.
Yeah, we'll move on to Safe Zone. And see if Emperor can bring us to a set 5, or if Tropus Suprema will be able to clean things up right about now. And honestly, like I said, I mean, normally I'm pretty good at predicting how these ones are going, but I have not a guess in the world. But you know what I do have?
A friend?
A friend. Any smilers in chat? Let me smile for the friend. Oh, they're not even, we can see him in the distance, okay? We won't get the close-up of our friend, but we can see him in the distance. So,
any
I'm still
smilers?
smiling for my
Any
friend.
smilers? Any yep in chat, please? Can we get some yep? Yeah, but regardless, right? Let's get into it. This is, wow, what on earth am I watching? What? This
Edgar,
is Safe
what
Zone?
month is this? What month is
Wait,
this?
Hold on. Okay, well, I guess it's East Asia for you. Tropus Prima, though, they're keeping up the defense. Hege Goat. Getting a nice play. Ryohi, though. Never mind. Ryohi's the goat. Ryohi just doing Ryohi things, right? Just Ryohi things. As he makes his way over to the safe and needs that super. Here comes that magical 13%. And Emperor, they're going to be powering up Milk Rio to get in here. Ryohi, though, it just keeps on firing him down. As soon as Anishi gets him a 100% health, that's when Ryohi says, okay, I'm taking off 33%. And then Anishi does it again. And there goes 33%. He's maximizing the DPS, and he's getting loads of damage. Yeah, the in and out from Ryohi. 71% remains on Emperor safe. And Tropus untouched.
Listen, Ryohi, like I said, absolutely my MVP. Win or lose, like this might be one of those situations where if Tropus Supreme don't win the finals tonight, I still might give MVP to Ryohi the way they've been playing. Aaron sneaks on up there, only 10% left for Emperor's safe box at the moment. Ryohi battling it out, trying to build that super, and Primo does a great job of putting them down. So nice kill onto Colette real quick there. A minute to go. A whole lot for Emperor. And only 10 for Tropo.
Ouch. Okay, this is when I thought I would see Milk Rio do something impactful, but he just got jumped on by Aaron. But it wasn't even the landing. It was the takeoff that took him out. That is Tropus Suprema with the win, and we are at match point.
Just like that, Tropus Suprema really came out. And it looked like this one looked dominant. And honestly, I mean, you're the analyst. Can you explain the Edgar?
So basically a very, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a Sandy Gems comp that they're running pretty much. Right? No, but seriously, it is. Sandy Gems are like hot potato, right? I'm being dead serious. Well, look at Ryohi though. Okay, we can forget about
Parah ya.
What a monster.
Malah unggul jadinya Emperor ya.
50% of the damage? Right, like honestly, one of the best like boards I've ever seen like in the history.
Tapi di Heist ini udah
Like, how do you afford
berapa skor di
21
Heist?
DPS?
like that's what I'm saying. And I mean,
Di Heist tadi siapa yang menang? Aku nggak lihat yang Heist. Aku cuma nonton Siege tadi selesai ya.
comes back, wins these
Kursi
next
Legend,
two,
halo.
and wins the next two.
Halo Fasya Gaming.
MVP might still be Ryohi for the entire day.
Yeah.
just like the way he's been able to really dominate the field, set his squad up, and like the kills are impactful even when they're not the pretty.
Kayaknya tadi Raf pakai SP2 kedua bang. Soalnya saya lihat healnya Mortis langsung kritis waktu kena supernya. Mungkin Barley sama Jin yang heal.
It's silly. It's just silly.
It is silly. It's just like it's not that makes sense here. It's a Twilight Zone, right? Can we make some sense of things?
It really is.
Okay, finally, I'm brought back down to earth. It's something like reasonable, or at least you know, I would say there's definitely a bunch of thought that goes into all of the picks, but this is something that's like predictable, right? Something that you would expect.
Raf apa?
Just based on experience. Mole's the first one to receive that power up, and he's gonna be.
Oke, kita sudah masuk lagi.
What a nice
Oh, unggul Tropa Suprema ya.
one shot on a powered up beat. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, okay. Tropa Suprema.
Ini kalau menang selesai nih.
Milk Rio really suffering here.
It's kind of wild to see Ryohei on like a sub.
Sekarang Tropa Suprema unggul.
Colonel Rush, you know, but still,
Yeah.
like you have been the hard carry, and he goes, you know what, Mole's got a good B, I'll power him up. Like, what's the thought process there? As I think the juke came out, Milk winds up using the super on a whole lot of nothing. Here comes the bees and the squeeze. Ryohei and Mole combined to take down the right lane Milk, and it opens.
Kita lihat siapa yang akan memenangkan pertandingan sini.
I mean, 20% already done, really off of.
Wow, Rafnya OP banget.
Look at him, man. He was nasty on Rico, so he might as well play.
Sini B-nya sakit banget nih B-nya nih. Karena pakai ini buff. Brocknya di buff juga. Brocknya jadi 4000 HP. Wow, kena lebah gadget. Super dikeluarkan oleh Eren di sana. Mulai ke arah berangkas 68%, 66%, 65% berkurang terus 62%. Susah banget ya. Terlalu risky untuk menggunakan collet sih sebenarnya. Ih, Brocknya leluasa banget ngasih damage. Collet harus tumbang, hanya damage yang sedikit. Ini damage mereka sedikit-sedikit, damage mereka ini hanya berharap dari Brock aja nih. Dari Collet, supernya Collet aja kalau untuk dari tim Emperor ya. Dan itu susah banget. Apalagi ada ini lawan Raf ada karung, bro. Lawan karungnya Raf aja butuh berapa tembakan tuh? Lihat tuh. Nah, kalau ada super dia langsung 65%. Kayaknya tidak ada kesempatan dan kemenangan untuk tim Tropa Suprema. GG, well played. Enggak, lihat aku lupa tadi yang di siege. Yang di siege gimana ceritanya tadi ya? Match terakhir siege. Ini match terakhir siege. Oh iya, yang dia pakai ini Mortis ya. Ya ini bukan match terakhir siege. Ya Allah, ini anu nih. Cuplikan. Oh ini Daryl ini tadi ya. Oh iya Daryl itu yang datang hancur.
We'll see a Frank at the very least. Frank on the right-hand side. Oh, power Daryl, baby. Aaron just trying to get it done, and he will.
Wow.
Sama.
Push was a strange one. Not good pulse with death. The kill from is
Ini yang dia pakai Mortis. Yang pakai Mortis dari 21.
Make his money though. Locking down bolts and mid. And I'm not seeing that happen.
this super and not go for the Ike, right?
Yeah.
And that was acceptable in that situation, right? It might have been.
Mana pakai ini robot terakhir. Robot terakhir kesalahan tadi di sini gara-gara Primonya nggak ngancurin tembok ini ya. Ini kalau Primonya loncat tapi ngancurin tembok aja nih, tembok yang ini nih, biar robotnya bisa lewat, mungkin bisa membalikan keadaan ya. Dan di heist nggak ada kesempatan juga kayaknya. Salah pemilihan brawler dari tim Emperor. Sharpshooter dari Tropa Suprema ini serem-serem sih. Pakai Raf ini juga, apakah mereka tahu bakal pakai Colette? Nggak tahu juga. Tapi penggunaan Raf sini OP banget sih. Congratulations deh buat Tropa Supremo udah menjuarai Monthly Final East Asia ya.
Played well around him, but Rio, he
Dan oke deh kawan-kawan, sampai sini aja perjumpaan kita ya. Buat emot salam sapi liar. Oke. Si anjing itu loh bang. Iya si anjing. Di dislike sama si B. Masih emosi mungkin karena yang pertandingan tadi itu yang mereka protes gara-gara servernya nge-lag ya. Oke kawan-kawan, sampai sini perjumpaan kita. Terima kasih sudah menyaksikan live stream ini. Pastikan like, subscribe, dan share. Dan juga kawan-kawan yang mau join membership bisa cek deskripsi. Dan juga yang mau donate ada link Saweria ya. Tapi link Sawerianya Saweria dan membership join pas aku lagi live stream lagi aja ya, biar kelihatan di layar ya. Dan makasih yang udah like, udah subscribe juga, yang udah share juga. Makasih buat kawan-kawan yang udah ada di sini. Thanks buat Sapi Liar, Zika F, Dona Kristanti, Solesya Abu Bakar, Fasya Gaming, Fadil Al Hafiz. Ada Fasya Gaming, Rameon, Raihan Maulana, Ananto Krisnawardana, ada Ilham, ada Kurniawan, Solesya Abu Bakar, Benson Damu. Thank you juga buat Brian, thank you juga buat XY. Thank you buat kawan-kawan semuanya. Dan assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore kawan-kawan semuanya. See you in the next live stream and have a nice day. Bye-bye.